Good afternoon from Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Should be a great matchup today between the Millikin University Big Blue and the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Luke Tanaka with you. So glad to have you alongside. And if you're tuning in, you're going to tune in for what should be a very good one. Both teams 4-4 in overall, 3-3 in the conference. Both teams right around each other in terms of statistically speaking. So this one, no doubt, going to be one on the field today. Should be one heck of a game between Millikin and Elmhurst.
Fans, just to remember, the concession stand is located in the lower level of Oliver.
Blue Jays coming off of a heartbreaking loss on the road at Illinois Wesleyan, where they lost on a last-second field goal, while Millikin is coming off a loss at home against Carthage. Is the final road game of the year for Millikin, the final home game of the year for the Blue Jays, who honored 31 seniors today, many of them who play on that defense that has been so good all season long for the Blue Jays. We have so many senior starters. We'll go through them as we introduce the starting lineups for both squads. When the units are on the field, it'll be Millikin who won the toss. They will defer, and they will now kick away to the Blue Jays. Jawan Gaines, who took a long touchdown back 95 yards last week, is back deep to receive. We'll see if Millikin opts to kick to Gaines or if they will opt to keep the ball away from Jawan Gaines. So we're just about set to get underway. Chase Volpert will put it in the air to start us off. You could not have asked for a more beautiful November afternoon here in the Chicagoland area. Volpert, his kick is short, angling towards the far side, and it will end up going out of bounds off of a Blue Jay. For Elmhurst, that was number 88, Jim Scales, on the far side, and it ends up going out of bounds off of him. Elmhurst, very good field position to start at their own 34-yard line, and there you go. They keep it away from Jawan Gaines, the dynamic playmaker who took one back against Carthage, but it was called back with a holding penalty, and then eventually took one back against Illinois Wesleyan. And that one was true for a 95-yard touchdown. And so we'll see how Elmhurst offense begins today. Orlando Hernandez, sophomore quarterback on senior day, sets up in the pistol. And he will hand off Brewer straight up the middle, driven down by Everett in the middle of the field. Nakia Everett with the solo tackle, the 5'11", 235-pound junior from Indianapolis, leads the team in tackles, 65 tackles on the season. Also has been all over the field elsewhere, forcing a safety, a forced fumble, pass breakup, pass defense, quarterback hurry. This defense starts and ends with Everett right in the middle of that linebacking core. Hernandez now back to throw, looks far side. It's caught. Kalen Miller. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Yes. Complete up to the 43-yard line, which will set up third and short for the Blue Jays. Hernandez, nice pitch and catch to the far side. You see him step into that throw, get enough on it. A little bit high for Miller, but he's able to corral it regardless. Getting a little bit of space from Demetrius Loper, who is on the far side defending. 3rd and 2 coming up on the offensive line. Pat Walsh, number 73, a junior. Senior Sam Rathbun, number 64, plays left guard. Garrett Underwood, number 50, the center. Billy Schaefer, number 72, right guard. And Zach Dixon, number 57, playing right tackle. Hernandez throws, caught by Matt Brockman in the middle of the field to the 50. Trying to work his way to the far side inside the hash marks. It's Brockman, and Hernandez completes 2 passes, this time into plus territory at the Millikin 47. Skill players for Elmhurst today. Kalen Miller, who made the first catch, the junior from Bolingbrook. Matt Brockman, the big target, 6'4", 215 sophomore from Elmhurst. Big third down and red zone threat. As Hernandez plays quarterback, the sophomore from Peoria has completed 50.7% of his passes this year, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. A long of 65 came in the Blue Jays' last home game against Carroll, first play from scrimmage. Hernandez, hands off, straight up the middle, nowhere to go. That was Danny Burgo, one of the seniors for Elmhurst. And quickly bottled up by the middle of that Millikin defense. Lots of players in there on the stop, including Travis Govea. Maybe got there first. So it's a 1-yard loss for Danny Burgo. 2nd and 11 for the Blue Jays. Other playmakers today, Danny Burgo, the starting running back, along with Connor Brewer, who has seen a lot of time at running back as well, listed as a wideout, but will play in the backfield. Here is Jawan Gaines on a end around little shovel and nowhere to go again. Millikin defense all over the play on the near side. Daniel Jackson, number 30, the safety, was in there. Jake Robinson as well. Lots of Millikin Big Blue defenders sniffing out that play, trying to get that playmaker Gaines in space. Jawan Gaines, after his kick return last week. Nothing doing here. We'll set up 3rd and long. Corey Partenheimer, number 25, a receiver, splits out far side. He's a senior. Brewer is the lone back in the backfield, and we have a whistle on the far side.
Timeout, Millikin.
It'll be Millikin's first timeout of the half. He comes with 11:47 to go here in the opening period. No score. Blue Jays on their first drive will face 3rd and 12 coming up after this timeout. Some of the starters for Millikin on defense. Jake Robinson plays defensive end along with Quintaz Wright. Defensive tackle is one of the players to watch. Certainly Travis Gouvet had a great game against the Blue Jays the last time they were here at Langhorse Field. Davian Jefferson also plays defensive tackle. Demetrius Loper, one cornerback, and then LaShawn Johnson on the other side. Safeties Daniel Jackson and Michael Neal. And then the linebacking core, Daniel Bareski, Nakia Everett, and Isaiah Tate. That linebacking core very strong for the Big Blue, specifically Everett and Tate. Certainly two players to watch, number 5 Everett and number 33 Tate. Kalen Miller matched up with Demetrius Loper. I think that could be a matchup one-on-one we could see all afternoon. They're on the near side right now. As Hernandez takes the snap on 3rd and 12. Back to throw, looking towards Miller. Deep down the sideline. Miller's got a step. Kalen Miller to the end zone. Miller beats Loper. Tough angle from Michael Neal, who tried to come in, was too late. And Miller with the touchdown. Blue Jays take the lead early. Picture perfect toss. In stride, Kalen Miller down the near sideline. Could not have placed it any better if you're Orlando Hernandez. And on 3rd and 12, the Blue Jays strike. 47-yard touchdown as Bailey sets up for the point after.
Kick is in the air.
It is good. 7-0. Blue Jays on top. 11:39 to go here in the first quarter. First drive and a touchdown for Elmhurst. Fight song plays early here at Langhorse Field. Partenheimer set to kick it away. Blue Jays lead by 7. Angling kick to the far side will go out of bounds, and it'll give Millikin very good field position to start off their first offensive drive of the game.
Illegal procedure. Illegal kick out of bounds, number 25. 5 yards. Free kick.
They're going to re-kick it, it sounds like. So they're going to take the 5 yards and then re-kick it. So Partenheimer instead will kick off from the 30 instead of the 35. And one thing you have to say about that throw from Orlando Hernandez, it just shows how much he has grown as a thrower this season. Really a dual threat kind of guy, and one of the quarterbacks, I suppose, beginning of the season, that might have been a ball. He had a little bit of pressure in his face. Might be one that he tries to tuck and run for the first down. But on 3rd and 12, he stays in the pocket and delivers an absolute dime to Kalen Miller on the near side. Could not have placed the ball any better. And I think that just shows the growth that Orlando Hernandez has made in strides throughout this season. Just a sophomore. Partenheimer this time rolls one all the way to Looper on the return, and he gets hit initially by Warson, still on his feet, angling towards the far side. Good field position for the Big Blue, past the 40 and up near the 45. They'll spot it at the Millikin 44, and that's where Nico Stepina and the Millikin offense will set up. Stepina, the sophomore quarterback also, as we check out that throw one more time on the replay. And it's a penalty on the play as well, actually, that will push the Big Blues starting field position back just a bit. You go all the way back to the 25 instead, so 15-yard penalty will set back the Millikin Big Blue offense. Instead of 1st and 10 from their own 40, it's 1st and 10 from their own 25. Erases the long return by Loper. And here's Stepina taking the snap, faking, looking to throw. Lots of pressure in his face. Alec DeToli chasing after the quarterback, and it's thrown away into the Millikin bench on the far side. Give the pressure to Alec DeToli, the starting linebacker. Starts on the left side of the defense. On the offensive line for Millikin, Sean Nicholson, number 79. Glenn Morgan, number 72. Nick Perry, 58. 76, Austin Brummett. And number 74, Eric Ivory, protecting the quarterback, Nico Stepina. 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Casey, Illinois. Has completed almost 57% of his passes this year. This time it's a handoff left side. Kyle McMahon, junior from Orland Park. This will make it 3rd down and 9. Really good chance for the Blue Jays to get a 3 and out right away. Stepina has thrown the ball well this year, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 252 yards per game. He's also run for 181 yards and a score, including a 71-yard run this year. He looks to pass, pressure in his face, steps up into the pocket, has an open man far side, threw it a little bit low, intended for the running back McMahon. That's a big 3 and out for the Blue Jays after the touchdown from Hernandez to Miller.
Going back deep for the Blue Jays.
1-yard gain on that drive by Millikin. Elmhurst offense will get the ball back. It is Jawan Gaines, the punt returner. 12 returns for 97 yards, an average of 8.1 yards per punt return, along of 18 this year. And Wyatt Fox, one of the better punters in the conference, set to boot it away. That is a good high arcing punt. Gaines is going to have a chance to return this one. We'll try to reverse field to the near side. From the 28, takes it to the 30. Now trying to turn the corner at the 40. He does, staying in bounds to the 50. Down to the 45. Jawan Gaines showing off his playmaking ability all the way down near the 40, and then a flag flies in late.
Gaines into Millikin territory.
Great return from Jawan Gaines, able to turn the corner on the near side, but we do have a flag, so we have to sort that out before we could spot the ball.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
Gaines returned to the 41. Let's see.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 40.
Unnecessary roughness on Joe Nixon of Elmhurst will take the ball back 15 yards and essentially erase that great return from Jawan Gaines. Both teams trading 15-yard penalties here early. Let's see if we could see it. Nice job of turning the corner there by Gaines. I think that hit, you saw it on the right side of your screen there. I think there was a big hit that I'm not sure if that was it, but there was a block maybe behind the play, blindside block that may have been the call. So Elmhurst instead in their own territory, still good field position as Brewer juggles the handoff, has some room past the 50, and gets some of that penalty yardage back near the 1st down marker into Millikin territory, near the 47. And they're going to give him the first down.
for the Blue Jays.
10-yard gain for Connor Brewer. 6 foot, 190-pound senior from Hazlet, Michigan, one of the 31 seniors honored today on Senior Day. Blue Jays break the huddle with 3 receivers. Miller all alone to the far side, this time matched up with LaShawn Johnson. Run to the right, Burgo, nowhere to go, Everett in on the stop.
Burgo, the ball carrier.
You see this play here. Lead blocker was Brewer, but it was from the middle linebacker spot, Everett, who was able to break in and make the tackle. 1-yard gain for Burgo.
Everett with the tackle.
We set up 2nd and 9 from the 45. Blue Jays leading 7-0 here early first quarter. Second drive offensively for the Blue Jays. One back, it's Brewer to the left of Hernandez, and it's a fumble on the ground as Brewer ends up getting bottled up in the backfield. Couple of players in on the stop,
Boreski in on the tackle,
including Daniel Boreski, the linebacker.
along with Govea.
Govea in the area as well, and that mishandled snap, a mishandled handoff, I suppose. I don't know if Hernandez ever really had a good grip on it to hand off to Brewer. We'll set up another 3rd and long for the Blue Jays. Last time they had 3rd and long, they hit Kalen Miller for a 47-yard touchdown. This one from the 48, 3rd and 12. 4 receivers, Miller, one-on-one to the near side. This time it'll be a screen pass to Miller, looking for some blocks, trying to cut to the outside to the 40. Couldn't quite get
Miller with the catch.
the marker. It'll be close, but just not quite for the Blue Jays. Gain of about 10. Get it to the 38. You see the screen pass to the near side. This block right there by McKellar really springs Miller free. Eventually, Everett comes and pushes Miller out of bounds, and the Blue Jays looks like are going to go for it on 4th and short. Here in that medium range where you could try to pin the Big Blue deep or try to go for it, Blue Jays going to go for it here on 4th down and 2. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Slant pattern caught by Miller for the first down. 4th down conversion for Elmhurst. They came in 8 out of 9 in the conference, converting just 29.4% of their 4th downs. This one just a very quick slant. You'll see the little shimmy move there by Miller. Forced Loper to take one step to his right, and that was all the space that Kalen Miller needed. Nice throw by Hernandez. That'll set up 1st down and 10 from the 29 of Millikin. Hernandez fakes the throw, and it has some room to run. Sidesteps Everett, looking towards the middle, still on his feet, towards the 5, into the end zone for a Blue Jay touchdown. What a run by Orlando Hernandez, 29 yards, dancing through the defense. 2 early touchdowns here for the Blue Jays. Sidesteps Everett there, then looks to the outside, doesn't have anything, cuts back to the inside, breaks a tackle at the 5, and then plunges into the end zone. What a run by Orlando Hernandez, and he has showcased not only his ability to throw the football, but his ability to run the football here, and we're only about halfway through the first quarter. What a dynamic playmaker the sophomore has been, as Bailey's point after is a little short but good.
7:22 left in the first quarter. Elmhurst
14-0 Blue Jays on top, and a couple of weeks after they set the school record for total yards, 607 in a win over Carroll, 45-34. The Blue Jays offense again clicking on all cylinders through the first 2 drives. Defense gets a 3 and out, sandwiched in between 2 Elmhurst touchdown drives. Looking at that run again by Hernandez, it's just really unbelievable how he was able to sidestep so many tacklers. The vision very good, and the ability to not make Everett miss. That's never an easy thing to do. One of the better linebackers, not only on Millikin's team, but in the conference as well. He's in that kind of discussion. And then to the blocking upfield as well from the wide receivers was very good. Set up by the screen to Miller, which gave Elmhurst 4th and short. Then the slant pattern to Kalen Miller to convert the first down, and then 1st and 10 from the 29. It's Hernandez, 29 yards for the Elmhurst touchdown. Nice way to bounce back on offense after a tough day against Illinois Wesleyan last week. Deep kick taken by Loper at the 2. Pushed him back. Missing, makes one man miss. Ooh, and then is drilled down by one of the Blue Jay players. Big hit by, looks like, I think that's Austin McKellar, although I'm not sure. That's number 9. I think that's Charlie Krieger, actually, number 19, with a big hit. Charlie Krieger with a big hit on the far side of the returner. Krieger makes the stop, and that'll set up the Big Blue at the 21-yard line. Looked like the returner wanted to take a knee and set up at the 25, but he was at the 2-yard line, couldn't do it. First snap is a handoff, and there's a big hole up the middle. McMahon, first down and more, up towards the 35. First down of the game for Millikin comes from McMahon, the running back, junior from Orland Park. Other skill players, Jordan Smith, wide receiver, a 6'4 receiver and a freshman. David Jackson, number 18, also a freshman from St. Louis. Setting up on the near side is Avante Merriweather, 6'3", a receiver. Cameron Mammon, number 6, missed some time, but is now back in the fold and was very good last year against the Blue Jays. Stepina, pass is deflected, still caught by McMahon. Pass was deflected by Miles Carroll and somehow still found the arms of McMahon for a gain of 2. It'll set up 2nd and 8. Stepina, 252 yards per game through the air, so certainly not a stranger to airing the ball out this Millikin offense. See if we see George Jimerson in this game as well. He is actually one of the leaders in rushing on this team, but is listed 2nd on the depth chart. We've seen McMahon so far. Trying to set up a screen. They do for McMahon, who has some running room, but is quickly tackled on the near side by Alec DeToli, right at the line to gain. You can see where they spot this one, and they're going to give him the first down anyway. So they're going to spot it nose of the football right on the 45, and that'll give Millikin the first down. 6 minutes to play, first quarter. 14-0 Elmhurst on top here early against the Big Blue. Millikin's first 2 first downs of the game have come on this drive. Heavy set this time for the Big Blue with just 2 receivers and 1 back. Stepina looking to throw, far side, has his man, and it's dropped. Tristan Bolus was coming in to make the hit. David Jackson, the intended target, 6-foot receiver, a freshman from St. Louis. On the Elmhurst defense, a lot of senior starters on the cornerback position. Tristan Bolus, number 31, Tyler Hussman, number 9, sophomore, junior, respectively. 2 senior safeties, 8 Tyler Schwartz, 26, Sean Weatherall. Linebacking core, all seniors. Alec DeToli, 43, Andy Warson, number 7, leading tackler for the Blue Jays. Brian Tucker, number 51, a senior. Then Perode Charles is the rover. He is also a senior. He wears number 4. McMahon right back up the middle on 2nd and 10. Gains about 5. We'll set up 3rd and 5 from midfield. On the defensive line, 3 seniors as well. Number 6, Miles Carroll. And number 52, Mike Weaver, the defensive ends. And then the nose guard is number 95, Eddie Beyer. So the entire front 7 for the Blue Jays and both safeties, all seniors, playing their final game at Langhorse Field on senior day. Back to throw. Stepina stepping up into the pocket. Had somebody draped over him. Still gets the throw into the middle of the field. Nice play by Stepina. Gerald Perry makes the catch, a sophomore from Memphis. And a Big Blue convert the first down. But watch Stepina throw this ball with somebody hanging on to his right leg right there. Nice looking play from Stepina, still to try to lean forward to do something to try to step into that throw, despite having somebody near his ankles. Blue Jay defense and the defensive line putting some pressure on Stepina here early in the game. Play action this time. Rolling to the far side. Pass tipped and intercepted by Tristan Bolus. Bolus down the far sideline. upended by the quarterback, Stepina. Ball was tipped. Another Millikin receiver had a chance at it before Tristan Bolis was able to come up with it. And it's a turnover for the Elmhurst defense. Look at that tip, and then another receiver had a chance at it. That was Merriweather. And then it ended up right into Bolis's hands. An interception for Bolis, his 5th of the season. One more time, off the hands of Perry, off the hands of Merriweather, into the grasp of Bolis. And good field position to start another drive for Elmhurst. A big stop for the Elmhurst defense as well. Millikin offense starting to get a bit of a rhythm on that drive. First play, handoff right side. That was Chris Ivers, the junior. Plunging ahead for 4, maybe 5. Pass midfield to the Millikin 49-yard line. Elmhurst scored on their first 2 drives of the day. Snap will come with just under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Blue Jays ahead 14-0 with the football, and their offense hasn't been slowed down yet. Hernandez takes the snap, hands off Burgo, right side, churning the legs for extra yards. Up near the line to gain. To the 45, a gain of 4. It'll set up 3rd and 1. Lots of options for the Elmhurst offensive coaching staff here. Matt Brockman, the big wide receiver, checks into the game, number 49. Always somebody to watch for on 3rd down. Brockman already with 1 catch for a 3rd down conversion today. Brewer sets up in the short formation. Hernandez will come under center, take the snap, plunge ahead, and he's got the 1st down. Easy as you like. Orlando Hernandez straight up the gut, under center. First time we've seen him under center today. And that's an Elmhurst 1st down. Little bit of a hole there on the left side. Left side of that offensive line, Pat Walsh, Sam Rathbun adding some space for Hernandez to run. First down and 10 for the Blue Jays from the Millikin 44. Miller split far side, matched up with Loper. Remember, that was the matchup that Elmhurst went to for their first touchdown as Hernandez fakes the handoff, looking to the right side, pass behind Brockman, then a big hit, and that'll bring in a flag. That's going to be Demetrius Loper on an unnecessary hit there on Brockman. You'll see it here at the end of the play. Hernandez faking the handoff, and then right there, pass well behind Brockman. No chance for him to make the play. Loper comes in the hit. And let's get the official call.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 1 on the defense. 15 yards. Results in an automatic.
Unnecessary roughness results in an Elmhurst 1st down. 15-yard penalty will push the Blue Jays all the way inside the 30 to the 29. Referee today, Scott Curtis. Umpire, TJ Cunningham. Head linesman, Nathan Elliott. Line judge, Mike Lowenberg. Side judge, Steve Mitski. Field judge, Cody Adam. And back judge, Gary Delaney. Our crew today. Hernandez, again, will run straight up the middle. Has some blockers, cuts to the outside, trying to get the corner. Hernandez to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Another long run for Hernandez on 1st and 10. Finding the opening and getting to the end zone. Elmhurst with the extra point will lead by 21 here in the first quarter.
9-yard touchdown run for Hernandez.
Hernandez just finding the corner, starting up the middle, seeing the opening to the right, and that vision helping Hernandez all the way to the end zone. Here's Bailey's point after attempt. Kick is up, and there's plenty good As with 2:28 to go in the first quarter, the Blue Jays lead 21-0 here over the Millikin Big Blue at home. In their home finale, it is senior day. As Elmhurst was actually picked to finish 9th in the conference this season, and 9th being last in the CCIW, now sitting at 4-4, 3-3. And while the fight song plays, we have a personal foul, or a 15-yard penalty on Elmhurst, I think, which will be enforced on the kickoff. So Partenheimer, instead of kicking from the 35, will kick from the 20. One last look at that Hernandez touchdown run. So the Blue Jays will kick off from the 20-yard line here. Ron Plan's talking with 4 officials right now, trying to understand what happened on the play. That's the second 15-yard penalty charge to the Blue Jays today. Millikin has had 2 as well. But it's 21-0 Elmhurst, as Blue Jays scored on their first drive, long pass, 47 yards from Hernandez to Kalen Miller. Then the Elmhurst defense forced a 3-and-out. Blue Jays then got the ball back after the 3-and-out and the punt. Jawan Gaines had a nice return. Blue Jays converted a 4th down in their next drive before Hernandez took it 29 yards to the house. And then Millikin's offense seemed to get something rolling. And then 2 double tip ball, one off 2 Millikin receivers, ended up into the hands of Elmhurst cornerback Tristan Bolis. And Bolis took the interception return back towards midfield, and then that set up Hernandez's next run. 29 yards again, this time Hernandez to the end zone for the touchdown. 21-0, Blue Jays on top here late in the first quarter. Corey Partenheimer sends this kick in the air to the near side, and it will be picked up at the 21. Loper running to the far side, looking for some help. Instead, brought down at the 21-yard line. Great coverage by the Blue Jays. Burkiaga, the safety from Rochelle, with the tackle. Loper trying to reverse field. Instead, Angel Burkiaga says no. Nice play, as you saw there on the replay. Grabbing him by the ankle and setting up Millikin deep in their own territory. First time that we have seen George Jimerson, the freshman. He is in the backfield behind quarterback Nico Stepina. Stepina fakes the handoff, looks to throw left side. Now will run it instead. Warson and Weatherall on the other side. Warson and Weatherall, both academic all-district selections. Both have also been named CCIW Players of the Week this year. Weatherall on September 6th was also named to the D3Football.com National Team of the Week. Running to the left side, Jimerson has a little bit of running room. Sidesteps a couple of tackles before being brought down by a pair of Blue Jays. Weatherall was there on the far side. Look at that again. So a nice hole brought up there by the Millikin offensive line. You saw the left tackle there, Nicholson, able to get upfield and force a block on the second level.
3rd and 2 for Millikin.
1:15 to go first quarter. Blue Jays leading by 21. Takes the snap. Is a designed run for Stepina. Not a whole lot of room. On 3rd down, plunging towards the line to gain. Did he get there? I don't think he got it. Couple of Blue Jays in on the stop there, and we're going to stop the clock. Officials timeout. They're going to measure this one, I think. All depends on where they're going to spot it. Right now, it looks like they're spotting the ball just short. It'll be very close. Not sure. It's at about the nose of the football almost at the 34, which makes me think this could be a first down. But it looks like with the chain, now they're going to be short by about a yard. So it'll be fourth down. Let's see, Millikin with a decision here, and it looks like they're going to punt the football. Yard short, spotted at the 33. They spotted it actually with the back nose of the football at the 33. It looked like they were going to spot it a little closer to the 34, which I thought might be a little bit closer. Instead, it'll be Wyatt Fox for his second punt of the afternoon. Juwan Gaines again back. He had a nice return on the punt his first time, his longest of the season. Fox drops the snap, has some pressure, now trying to run around, now trying to throw, and it's tipped up, and it's intercepted by Bolus, and a penalty flag is down. Oh, what a mess. Wyatt Fox, the punter, dropped the snap. Bolus ended up coming up with the interception as Fox sidestepped the tackle, tried to throw for the first down. Almost had a man in the middle, and now there's a flag out. That was rough to say the least. Ineligible downfield, penalty is declined, and it's a first down for Elmhurst. So even if that pass had been completed, there were too many players upfield anyway for Millikin. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays from the 46 of Millikin. Here looking at that replay again. Fox actually not a bad throw there into the middle of everything, but with too many players upfield, wouldn't have mattered anyway, and Bolus ended up coming up with it. 33 seconds to go first quarter. The Blue Jays have the ball back in Millikin territory, already leading by 21. Hernandez takes the snap, looks left side for Burgo. Lots of space. Danny Burgo down the sideline. Hit out of bounds by Michael Neal, the safety. Lots of running room for Burgo. Longest run coming into this game, as you see it again on the replay, for Burgo was 17 yards. That one was 20 and an Elmhurst first down. Elmhurst does not have to snap it before the end of the quarter, but they might anyway. 8 on the game clock. Hernandez does snap it. Connor Brewer right side. Lots of running room for Brewer. Brockman trying to help him out with a block. Brewer still running. Brewer still on his feet down inside the 10. Looked like Brewer was bottled up, and then all of a sudden he broke free again, and as the quarter expires, Elmhurst will have another 1st and goal coming up as he spun away from that initial tackle and then eventually was brought down by Gabe Siathone, the backup defensive end. And that takes us to the quarter break. Elmhurst firing on all cylinders on both sides of the ball. Bolus with 2 interceptions. Elmhurst 21 points on offense. We'll come back with the second quarter right after this on Blue Jay TV.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming. They're finishing their playing careers here, and so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got $1.
200 yards of total offense for the Blue Jays in the first quarter. Handoff, Brewer right side, first play of the second quarter, bottled up quickly by 2 or 3 members of the Big Blue. Michael Neal was in on the stop.
Along with Neal.
We also had Fowler, Graham Fowler, the defensive end, was there as well. But the Blue Jays, Luke Tanaka with you as Elmhurst leads 21-0 heading into the second quarter and threatening for more. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 coming up as the Blue Jays just firing on all cylinders all over the field. Offense, defense, special teams, absolutely dominant in the first quarter. Let's see if it'll continue here to start the second quarter. Hernandez takes the snap, looks to throw. Not a whole lot of options, looks for Brewer, far side, and it is intercepted by Neal. What a play by Michael Neal, intercepting that pass, undercutting the out route on Connor Brewer. Look at this diving play by Neal. Wow, what a play. Hernandez trying to put that ball into tight coverage to Connor Brewer, and instead it'll come out to the 20, but wait, officials are talking. Wow, it's holding on Millikin. Oh my, and it's an automatic first down for Elmhurst. It erases Neal's interception. What a turn of events. Trying to see where the flag came out. I don't see it on the replay. Again, you see that incredibly athletic play by Neal there. An outstanding interception, but it's nullified by the penalty. Elmhurst new life. First and goal from the 3. So Hernandez has to quickly erase his memory. I have a feeling that it might be 3 runs to get into the end zone here. Hernandez with Brewer behind him. Brockman is the tight end. Brewer right side towards the end zone, plunging for the goal line, and not quite. Just short. Knee came down. It looked like his knee kind of jolted down here right there. He got jolted down. It looked like big number 94 for Millikin, along with Jackson in on the stop. Alexander Clark, it looked like, had a grip around the legs. So second and goal from the 1. Hernandez sets up under center. Hernandez trying to plunge forward. Did he get enough? Touchdown! Blue Jays, 3rd rushing touchdown for Hernandez. This one a little shorter than the first 2. Blue Jays with a 4-touchdown lead here early in the second quarter. I was a little surprised they called it so early, but there's Hernandez's second effort. Just leaning back into the end zone, 2 hands on the football. Hernandez not going to cough that one up, that's for sure. And the Blue Jays take a 27-0 lead. Here comes the extra point from Bailey. Kick is up, and it is good. Blake Bailey gets the extra point with 13:24 left in the second quarter. Elmhurst has a 28-0 lead. They have scored on all 4 of their offensive possessions. 3 offensive possessions so far for the Big Blue. 3 first downs, 2 interceptions, and 1 3-and-out. Fight Song's getting a workout. Victory. Blue Jay probably getting a workout doing some push-ups down there, too. 28-0, Elmhurst on top. And while we have a moment, let's check in at the scores from around the league. Number 5, North Central up in Kenosha to face Carthage. It's currently 14-7, North Central on top. North Central has not been able to rush the ball at all. I believe that's Carthage who has not been able to. Is touchdowns coming from Rudder, the quarterback from North Central. Pass to Warden. Another touchdown from Connick of the Cardinals. That'll be the Blue Jay matchup next weekend on the road to wrap up the season at North Central. High kick in the air from the 1. Loper nowhere to go that time. Actually, that's Jimerson, number 3, on the return. George Jimerson brought down by Perot Charles, who is enjoying his tackle in the middle of the field there. So Jimerson there on the replay from the 1. Elmhurst coverage team down there in a hurry. It looks like actually it was Sean Weatherall. Or give it to Eric Hark, excuse me.
Eric Hark was their first for the Blue Jays.
Hark around the legs. Charles with the final hit to bring him down, and here comes the Millikin offense.
Millikin first and 10 from their 17-yard line.
Team that likes to throw the football. Of course, still early here in the second quarter, but a 28-0 Elmhurst lead. Stepina fakes the handoff, throws far side, a wobbler, incomplete. Well high, intended for David Jackson. And it'll be second down and 10 coming up. Remember that the Blue Jays set a school record with 607 yards of offense here at home against Carroll. Elmhurst had 200 yards on the dot through one quarter today. Stepina now second and 10, setting up in the pistol again. Fakes the handoff once again, looking to the right side, trying to step up in the pocket, and he's brought down. Alec DeToli gets a sack. Alec DeToli with the sack. 13 minutes to go, second quarter, and that'll push the Big Blue back to 3rd and 13 from their own 14-yard line. Third and long for Millikin. Stepina, three-step drop, looks over the middle, complete to Jackson. Warson trying to get the tackle. He'll get helped out by Charles. Warson able to hold the legs while Charles finishes off Jackson. And that's fourth down for the Big Blue, and they'll send the punting unit out. Really, it was a muffed snap on that last punt that set up the Blue Jays with a good field position that set up their last touchdown. Technically 0 for 1 on fourth down, but they tried to punt it away. Wyatt Fox mishandled the snap. Let's see a little bit more intention with the snap here. High snap corralled by Fox. His kick in the air, spiraling towards Gaines, who stays at the 40. Lets it bounce, takes a slightly Elmhurst bounce out of bounds. And it'll be set up. 1st and 10 for the Elmhurst offense at their own 45-yard line. The Blue Jays have had really outstanding field position all game long. Toughest field position that the Blue Jays have was on their first drive of the game, the 6-play, 66-yard touchdown drive that ended with the 47-yard pass from Hernandez to Miller. That was, if you look at it now, a huge third down for the Blue Jays. It was 3rd and 12. And Elmhurst was able to complete that long touchdown pass to get their offense started. Hernandez looks to throw near side, has Partenheimer open, looking for Partenheimer down the sideline, incomplete.
Intended for Partenheimer.
Partenheimer running a deep out. Overshot him just a touch. Hernandez trying to throw on the run here. I wonder if he tries to set his feet a bit more if this one's closer, but he had the pressure in his face, so hard to set your feet with that Millikin player barreling down on you. And he tried to off balance, chuck that one deep, and incomplete, sets up 2nd and 10 for Elmhurst. 11:39 to play, second quarter. Hernandez hands off straight up the middle. Brewer stuffed. Travis Govea sends him back. Looks like also Isaiah Tate was in the area. No gain will set up 3rd and 10 for the Blue Jays. Again, a 28-0 lead. Orlando Hernandez, 3 rushing touchdowns. 29 yards, and then 1 yard. Also a 47-yard pass to Kalen Miller. Round out the scoreboard after this 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Hernandez, 2-step drop, steps up into the pocket, fires a strike right in the middle of the field to Kalen Miller. Left hash, 40-yard line, beyond it to the 38, first down, and that's textbook from Hernandez there. Check out the way he steps into this throw. Hernandez, 2-step drop, and then a bullet right to Kalen Miller. Loper on the tackle. First down for the Blue Jays, yet another conversion on 3rd down. Blue Jays so far today, 4 of 5 on third down, what has been very key for them. Elsewhere on the scoreboard, Wheaton currently leading on the road against Augustana 17-0 as Hernandez rolls right up the middle over a defender at the 35-yard line.
Wright was there for Millikin.
Gain of about 3.5. We'll set up 2nd and 7. North Central in the driver's seat to win the CCIW. If they defeat Carthage today and then Elmhurst next week, they will be the outright champs. A victory over Wheaton earlier this year. Wheaton currently leading Augustana, sitting at 7-1, 5-1 in the conference. Hernandez looks to throw over the middle, incomplete. Intended for McKellar, but I think that's a smart play there by Hernandez. That was very tight coverage. He airmailed the throw a bit, but it might have been for the better. Check out the coverage here on the play by Millikin. Nicely covered. Two defenders there. And they both undercut the route, looking for that low, hard throw from Hernandez. He threw it over the top, and better incomplete than intercepted. Couple of huge calls and huge plays in this game. That 3rd and 12 that I mentioned that they got the 47-yard strike to Miller. But how about the diving interception by Neal that was nullified by defensive holding? 3rd down for Hernandez, looking to convert again. Pass well behind Brockman. 2nd time he's done that to Brockman. Threw it well behind him, and it'll be 4th down. And we'll see with the ball spotted at the 35. What does Elmhurst want to do here? If you punt it into the end zone, it's only a 15-yard punt. So it looks like the Blue Jays are going to keep the offense on the field here. They bring out Zach Campbell. The backup quarterback is on the field as well. Campbell is lined up at receiver on the near side. Gains a McKellar with him. Kalen Miller all alone left side as Hernandez looks to throw under some pressure, steps up into the pocket, has some running room, gets past the 1st down. Hernandez with a beautiful run. Penalty flag flies late, and let's see, it looks like in the area of offensive holding, and it is.
Holding penalty against Elmhurst.
So that will push the Blue Jays back, and now they'll have to bring the punting unit out, I can only imagine. Get the official word from Scott Curtis. Pat Walsh, the left tackle, guilty for the penalty. And now the punting unit will come out, as that was a nice run by Hernandez, as you see on the replay, but holding nullifies it and will set up the Blue Jays to punt. Finucane is back. Blue Jays run out 2 punters. Tom Finucane averages 38 yards per punt. Corey Partenheimer about 43. Partenheimer 5 inside the 20. Finucane 2 inside the 20. We'll see if Finucane can make it 3 here. Back deep, Jordan Smith, number 12, the receiver. Smith will opt to let this one go. It bounces towards the end zone, and it is down by the Blue Jays right near the goal line. Nice play by Elmhurst, downing that punt, and the coverage team inside the 1.
44-yard punt for Finucane.
Finucane, a 44-yard punt, gets the angled bounce nicely. And Millikin will set up as deep as they can in their own end. Also in action in the CCIW today, Carroll hosting North Park at 7-7, 2nd quarter up in Waukesha. Stepina in the pistol in his own end zone. Fakes the handoff, looks to throw, deep near side, and a little bit over its intended target.
Pass is incomplete.
Bolus pushed the intended receiver out of bounds. It was Jackson.
Intended for Jackson.
Just a little too high. Bolus with the coverage. 2nd down and 10 from the Millikin 1, deep in their own end. North Central has scored again. They now lead 21-7 on the road at Carthage. Faking the handoff again. Over the middle, intercepted. Miscommunication with Jackson. It was caught by, that's number 9 for the Blue Jays, Tyler Hossman, the corner with the interception. And Elmhurst will set up with great field position inside the red zone, looking to blow this game even further open. That was just a miscommunication between Jackson and Hossman. That was easy as you like for Tyler Hossman. Jackson looked like he cut to the inside. And Stepina floated the ball more down the seam. And that one was, well, Hossman does a little bit of punt returns as well. That one would look like a return for Hossman. Camping right under the ball and just feeling it right into the body. Hossman with the interception. 28-0 Blue Jays with 8:39 to go second quarter, and Elmhurst setting up just outside the red zone at the Millikin 22. Connor Brewer, left side, upended by Daniel Jackson, the safety. This Millikin team, a very young team. Just a couple of seniors starting on this defense. You have Daniel Boreski, who's a senior, a linebacker. Travis Govea, senior defensive lineman. But you also have a lot of freshmen. Michael Neal's a senior defensive back, a safety. But Daniel Jackson, who made that tackle, is a freshman starting at the safety position. Sophomore Isaiah Tate has started for 2 years at linebacker. Junior Nakia Averite is the leading tackler. Freshman LaShawn Johnson is a corner. Junior Demetrius Loper. So there's going to be a lot of players back for this Millikin team. Stepina is the sophomore quarterback. This is another sophomore quarterback, Hernandez, who just runs out of bounds, saving himself from a hit. And with 7:45 to go here, it'll be a third down for the Blue Jays. Minimal gain for Hernandez there.
Gain of 1 on the play.
3rd and 5 coming up. Brewer checks back in. On the other side of things, this Elmhurst offense is a pretty young offense as well. Connor Brewer, Danny Burgo. Burgo plays running back. Brewer, kind of a hybrid running back wide receiver, both seniors. Corey Partenheimer, the receiver, is senior. And then 2 starting offensive linemen, Sam Rathman and Billy Schaefer. Seniors honored today on Senior Day. Brewer runs right, angling towards the sideline, plunging inside the 10. That'll be enough for an Elmhurst first down. 1st and goal for the Blue Jays, already leading by 28. There'll be a lot of pieces of this offense back, and that's good for the Blue Jays because there will not be a lot of pieces of this defense back next year. Tyler Hossman, a junior cornerback, will return for his senior season. And then Tristan Bolus, who has 2 interceptions today, is a sophomore starting at the cornerback position. But other than that, just seniors everywhere on this defense. 9 of the 11 players on that defense honored on Senior Day today. Throw to the left side, incomplete, intended for Miller. Flags come out.
Pass intended for Miller.
LaShawn Johnson had the coverage, the freshman from Evergreen Park. He was draped over Miller. And that'll be pass interference in all likelihood.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
They'll mark it at the 2-yard line. Left hash. 1st down and goal for the Blue Jays. Last time it was a short yardage run by Hernandez, who already has 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 passing. Passing touchdown to Miller on a key 3rd and 12 early in the game. First score for the Blue Jays. Hernandez hands off Brewer right up the middle. Did he get in? No, he did not. Again, Connor Brewer denied at the goal line. Let's check it out on the replay. Brewer. That's close. Hernandez can't believe it. Talking with the referee. Trying to get his running back a touchdown. See if Hernandez goes for number 5 here. See if he goes under center, or if they hand off to Brewer again up the middle. Under 6 minutes to play, second quarter. Blue Jays looking to make it a 35-0 lead. Brewer, instead it's Hernandez, pulling it out of the belly on the option for the touchdown. Hernandez's 5th touchdown of the game, 4th on the ground. 2 1-yarders, 2 29-yarders. Blue Jays and Hernandez piling it on. Great decision by Hernandez there. You could see it. Brewer, the entire Millikin defense piling in towards Brewer, knowing the Blue Jays want to try to get him a score on senior day. Instead, it's Hernandez with the smart play, pulling it out of the belly and giving Elmhurst 34-0 lead. Here's the PAT. It is good. Blue Jays lead 35-0 with 5:39 to play here in the second quarter. .244 total yards for Elmhurst. They only have 44 total yards here in the second quarter, but they scored 2 touchdowns, in part because of some great field position to start said quarters. As Blue Jays have rushed for 142, passed for 102. Millikin so far, 19 plays, 57 yards on offense. But the 3 interceptions have really hurt the Big Blue, and really, with the score tied, with the 7-0, or it's actually a 14-0 lead, for the Blue Jays. I don't remember which play this was. The double tip interception by Bolus. It seemed like Millikin was really getting a lot of momentum on that scoring drive. They had some offense rolling, and then all of a sudden the interception stifles that momentum. The Blue Jays take the ball back up the field. 29-yard run by Hernandez gives the team a 21-0 lead. And from that point on, all Blue Jays. Partenheimer drills a deep kick, and Jimerson lets it go into the end zone for a touchback. Millikin will start from their own 25. This is a Millikin team that has been much improved in the first season, I'd say, under Dan Gritty. Lots of young players. A team that I believe really came into this game thinking that this was the game that could propel them into that discussion kind of for the upper echelon of the conference, with Elmhurst also trying to be in that discussion. The Blue Jays playing very close games with Illinois Wesleyan, very close game with Wheaton. And so Elmhurst trying to, as Ron Plans, I believe, put it, trying to take that next step and be the program that has been there and done that. And this, of course, is a step towards that direction as well, as Jimerson runs right. Still, you have to know that there's still 35 minutes of football to play. A lot can happen in 35 minutes, with the Blue Jays piling it on 35-0 here in Elmhurst. Alec DeToli gets the stop as Jimerson ran right that time.
Gain of 3 on the play.
We've seen some high-scoring affairs here at Langhorse Field this season. Of course, North Park, the win over the Vikings was 42-10 in favor of the Blue Jays. Carroll was a win 45-34 in a game where the offense exploded for 607 total yards, a school record. Jimerson rushes right, stifled at the just past the line of scrimmage, up near the 30. Like Brian Tucker was there first. But you had a slew of Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, along with Charles.
We also saw the Blue Jays lose here at an offensive showcase to Carthage, 37-28. There's another third down set up for Millikin. They're 1 of 4 today on third down. Only third down conversion came on that drive I mentioned a little while ago. Screen pass, right side, Jimerson trying to plunge towards the marker. Very close. Spotted just short of the 35, which is the line to gain. Let's see where they spotted officially, and they're going to give him the first down. Near side official spotted about the 34.5. And the far side official, who had the better look, spotted them at the 35, which gives them the first down. Little flip screen pass, Stepina to Jimerson. Gets Stepina some of these short completions, gets some confidence back. He's already thrown 3 interceptions today. Handoff, left side, Jimerson, Perot Charles.
Jimerson, the ball carrier.
He was there, gain of about 1.5. Charles looked like he could have been in the area for a tackle for loss. Here he comes from his linebacker position right on the left of your screen to the middle of your screen. Taken down quickly. 3:30 to go, first half. Millikin trying to get some points before the break. This is a Millikin offense that averages 380 yards per game and 24 points per game. Hit hard by Weatherall. Recently named Academic All-District. Big hit by the senior safety on the near side. Gain of maybe a yard.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Look at that. Nice hit from Weatherall there. And so from the 38, it'll be 3rd down and 7. Millikin averaging 268 yards through the air on the season. 36 yards so far today as Stepina throws near side McMahon, trying to get to the first down marker. He does, beyond it. Past the 45, steps out of bounds at the 46, and another 3rd down conversion for the Big Blue. Just an easy pitch and catch, and those are the kind of balls you want, I would think, with Stepina trying to gain his confidence back, the sophomore from Casey, Illinois. 252 yards per game this year through the air for Stepina. Option play, nobody covering the quarterback. Stepina with plenty of running room. Up towards the 20, past the 20, into the red zone, looking for the pylon, didn't quite get there. Huge run for Nico Stepina. Inside the 5 to the 2-yard line, Stepina. Not quite a season-long 71-yard run, but does have a rushing touchdown this season. Stepina showing off some athleticism there. A good blocking up front as well. And it looks like Millikin wants timeout. That's their 2nd time out of the half. Remember, they had to take one early in their first drive. They actually took a timeout on the play that Kalen Miller got the first touchdown on the board for the Blue Jays. It was 3rd and 12, I believe. They took their first timeout there. And then Hernandez completed to Miller, and then the 3-and-out followed by another Elmhurst score, and then a couple of interceptions led to a couple of more. 35-0 Elmhurst on top. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 244 total yards for the Blue Jays. Now 130 total yards for Millikin. 84 rushing yards, including many on this run here that you're watching once again. Nice stiff arm there, too, by Stepina. So Millikin, their best scoring chance of the day. First time, I believe, they've been in Elmhurst territory today. 1st and goal from the 2. Stepina in the shotgun. Big fullback to his left. Big number 86, Blake Patchett, listed as the tight end. Perhaps a lead blocker for Stepina if he wants to run here. And he does want to run right side, and he's into the end zone for a Millikin touchdown. Nico Stepina's 2nd touchdown of the season rushing. 21st touchdown of the year in total. Stepina, big hole on the right side, and that's exactly why they had Patchett as the lead blocker. He put a hurting on one of the Elmhurst players on the right side, opening up that hole for Stepina into the end zone for a Millikin touchdown, 35-6. Here comes the extra point. Chase Volpert on to attempt.
Kicking in the air.
Kick is up, and it is blasted through.
1:52 left in the first half. Elmhurst 35, Millikin 7.
Now 35-7. Beautiful day here at Langhorse Field. A nice day to watch the Blue Jays put up 35 points here in the first half, and I'm sure they're going to want some more heading into the locker room with Millikin and a solid day on, or solid drive going there at the end of the half. And a check-in again at the scores from around the league. At halftime, Wheaton 17, Augie nothing. Up in Kenosha, North Central 28, Carthage 7. And then in the second quarter, Carroll 7, North Park 7 up in Waukesha. Carthage trying to drive for a score, but they are deep in their own territory with 30 seconds to go late in that second quarter. Little squib kick to the near side, rolling out of bounds. Chased out of bounds by Scales on the near side, who actually had the first recovery on the squib kick that Millikin tried early in the game on the opening kickoff. So that'll set up Elmhurst with solid field position. Just under 2 minutes to play, and interesting to see what they do with a 2-minute drill.
Elmhurst to be first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's see what Elmhurst goes for on their first play as they start from the 35. And to be honest, this is probably one of the worst starting field positions the Blue Jays have had all game. Their average starting field position, I would have to say, is either their own 45, or even you might say midfield average starting field position for the Blue Jays today. So Hernandez looks to throw, left side rolling out, and he's in trouble, and he's sacked.
Hernandez brought down
from behind.
Right with the tackle.
Sacked by Quintaz Wright, the defensive end. Hernandez didn't have a lot of room, was contained on his left, tried to cut back to the right, and Quintaz Wright was all over him. Clock running, under 90 seconds to play here in the first half. And
loss of 5 yards on that play.
Give him a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Hernandez opting, and the Blue Jays opting not to huddle here on second down. Pump fake, and then a run for Hernandez, and Wright again.
Hernandez grabbed from behind.
Slams him to the turf.
By Wright.
Fired up. Clock continuing to run. 1 minute to play. Millikin will receive the second half kickoff. They won the toss and deferred.
3 on the play.
And Hernandez may just let this clock roll down. Millikin does have 1 timeout left, so you could at least force Elmhurst to punt the ball here. Try to send everybody in on the block or something. Hope for a muff snap like what happened to Millikin earlier in the game with Wyatt Fox missing 1. Timeout taken by Elmhurst here as they run the clock all the way down to 25 seconds to go. 35-7, Elmhurst on top. 242 total yards of offense for the Blue Jays, almost 7 yards per play. Millikin got most of their yards on that last drive. It was a 8-play, 75-yard drive that chewed up 3 minutes and 47 seconds of clock and was highlighted by a 50-yard run by Nico Stepina. Capped off by a Stepina 2-yard run to the end zone for a Millikin touchdown. After the gain of 3 by Hernandez, 3rd down and 12. 25 seconds to play here in the first half. Hernandez sets up with Brewer to his right. It's a straight run. Brewer's the lead blocker. Hernandez just sliding down.
Hernandez, the ball carrier.
And it looks like Millikin's going to call a timeout to force Elmhurst to punt this football.
Millikin. Timeout taken by Millikin.
So that'll force at least one more play, probably about 2 or 3 more, including the offense. .17.5 seconds to go, and a punt coming up. 1 yard for Hernandez.
Fourth down facing the Blue Jays.
Some offensive numbers for the Blue Jays. How about Kalen Miller? 5 catches, 90 yards, and a score. Orlando Hernandez, 7 for 11, 102 yards and a touchdown. Very efficient today so far here in the first half. He also has 10 carries for 69 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Connor Brewer, 10 carries, 51 yards, 4.8 yards per carry. Danny Burgo broke out a 20-yard run. 4 carries, 24 yards in total. On defense for the Blue Jays, leader in tackles is Alec DeToli, as Corey Partenheimer sets up for his first punt of the day. First punt was from Tom Finucane, as this one is a high spiraling kick to the near side. Fair catch made at the 30-yard line. Jordan Smith makes the fair catch, the freshman. And there'll be 11 seconds for Nico Stepina and the offense of Millikin to try to get themselves at least a chance for Chase Volpert or something along those lines. Let's see, or at least a chance, maybe just chuck one into the end zone and hope something good happens. Millikin leaders on offense. Stepina, 5 carries, 56 yards, 6 of 13 through the air, 2 interceptions, 46 yards so far through the air for him, which is not something you would expect from a offense that generally is very good via the air. Stepina rolls out, fires deep down the right side, out of bounds. Bolus trying to go for the tiptoe interception, couldn't get it. 2.6 seconds to go. Bolus tried his hardest to get his 3rd interception there, but as you'll see here, ball throw just a little bit too far out of bounds. One more play here in the first half. Elmhurst all over the Millikin Big Blue. Total yards, an advantage of over 100. 36 plays, 243 yards for the Blue Jays, 28 plays, 132 yards for Millikin. As Stepina rolls out to his right, looks to fire one downfield. It'll reach about the 20-yard line, and it is incomplete, intended for Smith, and that'll do it for the first half. 35-7, Elmhurst on top of the Millikin Big Blue as we head to halftime. Elmhurst with a 141-86 advantage in rushing yards, 14-6 in first downs, and 102-46 in passing yards. Time of possession ended up being 18 minutes and 10 seconds for the Blue Jays. Big advantage. They were 4 of 5 on their first 5 third down attempts, but now 5 of 8 total in the half. Millikin 3 of 6 on third down. Elmhurst did convert 1 fourth down, which set up 1 over Orlando Hernandez's 29-yard rushing touchdowns. 4 penalties each so far as the Blue Jays head into halftime with a 35-7 lead. 20-minute halftime, and we'll come back with the third quarter. Blue Jays on top big here on Blue Jay TV.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming. They're finishing their playing careers here, and so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
College only happens once. You need to know what you're getting into. That's why we made this video. We wanted to give you an idea of what you might choose to get into at Elmhurst College. We went around the campus with a camera for a full school year and asked people what they thought about the place. We didn't plant anybody and we didn't script anything. We just asked questions. We started at new student orientation.
I chose Elmhurst because the campus is really nice, first off. I like it a lot, and it's really close to Chicago. I like Chicago.
The reason why I chose to come here is the smart classes and the atmosphere. The people here are friendly, and I just love it.
Nicest campus I've seen anywhere. I visited a lot of other schools, but this one just had all the trees. They had the atmosphere.
All the people I've met have been really, really friendly.
It's a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus. Lots of plants, lots of friendly people. And they're just so helpful. Everyone wants to help you out to get to where you need to be.
Come on in, everybody. It's good to have you here.
It's just going to be a fun year all together. Meet lots of people, hang out, go downtown a lot.
Now it's time to kick off the school year. That means going to class. You've been doing that for years already, but classes at Elmhurst are a little different.
If you've never experienced something, you can definitely get into it and experience it here at Elmhurst.
It's an open environment. Anywhere you go, you're going to get that opportunity just to better yourself. When you're in the large universities, you don't get that opportunity because you're just another student and they're just talking in front of you.
The class size is smaller, so you're not in a class of about 600 people.
I know all of my professors by name, and what's better is they know me by name.
You can go to them and feel comfortable dropping them an email, stopping by their office during office hours and asking for help.
Every morning I wake up and I'm excited to see my students again. I love hearing them and their stories and getting to know them.
The opportunity to interact with faculty in a real meaningful way, whether it's in collaborative research, whether it's one-on-one, talking about aspects of the class in their offices, the availability, all those things are there.
Learning doesn't only take place in the classroom, but outside the classroom.
The lecturing style has sort of gone out of fashion. You do present some material, but you try for the students to discover the answers rather than providing them to the student.
It's a process, and we create that process every time, every class.
In business, they're not looking for people that have more accounting or more marketing. They're looking for people with what we consider the liberal learning skills.
You're going to be able to combine professional interests with a liberal arts education.
Elmhurst College is preparing me for my life experience later on after college, and it's a great environment to grow.
Elmhurst College gave me a chance to kind of sit back and evaluate the world at large, and then begin to say, okay, I could kind of see myself doing this.
Of course, all work and no play is no way to go through college. That's why we have special weekends like homecoming. Football is one of 18 varsity sports at Elmhurst. It's not the Big Ten. In a lot of ways, it's better.
But what separated Elmhurst College from every other institution that was looking to recruit me as a football player is Elmhurst College was more interested in me being a student athlete.
Knowing that I would be running cross country and track all 4 years, I think it's really helped me structure my educational career as well.
Being a student athlete takes up a lot of time, but it's a commitment that you really want to make.
What commitment do you want to make? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
There's over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus.
Elmhurst has something for everyone, there really is. I mean, whatever your interest is, it's here.
I've been involved in the music department, in the band, and now the orchestra. Intramural sports, or art, or music, or drama.
They have the Greek system here, and I really wanted to get involved.
Joining a fraternity, playing on the men's soccer team for 4 years.
You have so many opportunities to get your hands on things. You know, I was involved in union board and volleyball.
There's just a huge array that you can choose from.
You can definitely make a difference, definitely.
You can also make a difference far beyond the campus. Our study abroad program gives you a chance to experience the world. Elmhurst students study in 44 countries.
The first January I was here, I studied in France, and the second January I studied in India.
Back home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of going to college in Elmhurst, Illinois, a special suburb of a great city.
Downtown Elmhurst is walking distance, and there's so many things going on. We have the movie theater, there's restaurants, there's shopping.
The train station's right within walking distance, and you can always go to downtown Chicago.
About half-hour metro ride away. And so a lot of my friends will go downtown every few weekends and see what's down there. There's a lot of class trips that go downtown.
I like to go into the city and enjoy spending time there. It's something totally new and different for me.
One reason you're going to college is to prepare for a life of professional achievement. We'll help you to get the hands-on experience you need to really know your stuff.
If you're looking for a job or you're looking for an internship, they have so many connections to help you.
They want to help you junior and senior year to be able to get those internships and get those job opportunities.
It gives you an automatic network of people.
I work for WGN. I am a sports news intern.
I'm currently interning at Victory Records, which is downtown Chicago.
I'm a sales planning intern with the Kellogg Company.
I'm interning at Paramount Public Relations.
I'm currently interning with the Chicago Bears.
There's a lot of teamwork involved in my internship, so you really learn how to work with other people.
It's very hands-on.
Just being able to work with their players, like the guys you see on TV on Sunday, and just kind of finding out that there's regular guys like everyone else. It's really been cool.
You're in a small school, and then you have this opportunity in a big city, and I've met artists, been to concerts, and it's awesome.
Our job is to help students learn how to navigate and manage their own career when they graduate.
So that's Elmhurst College in about 7 minutes. We'll leave you with a few final thoughts from our students and faculty.
Those people who decide to come here simply say that there was a feeling about the campus. They said there's just something, they sense something more, like hey, I belong here.
Coming in here and making the connections with the people that I have, I know that even when I graduate, I'm still going to have these connections. I'm still going to have a home here even, 5, 10, 20 years down the road.
I'm sure there's other good schools out there too, but I think you'd have a hard time beating Elmhurst.
Your experience is going to really be what college ought to be.
Originally, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? What could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was a minority program to get students situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And they were ecstatic. They helped me, they gravitated towards me, and I actually use them as a stepping stone even now in senior year. Growing up, I did not have that type of support. In high school, you think you can stay after class, but what will other students think. I think once I got here, it was more so like, what do I want? Like, just having a drive, a motivation to like go forth and actually reach out for help or ask for help.
There's always a new experience like right around the corner. I didn't plan on running here, and then like right before school started, I emailed Coach Eric Gouda. I sort of have been running this summer, and I've always been a runner. What if I joined the team? And he was like so excited about it, and he was just very welcoming about it. So the fact that I came into the school with like 17 other people that were runners and I had something to relate with, that was awesome. Since we're all D3 athletes, school comes first, athletes come second, but at the same time, we're playing that role 24/7. And it's really helpful that like I don't just have this cross-country family, I have all the athletes here on campus that I know I can like relate to in some way. There's so many opportunities here that, you know, help you push you in the right direction, and there's always someone to help you along the way and support you and be your friend and also be your professor and also be your coach and be your mentor, and there's just so many different roles that you can connect one-on-one with everyone.
I came in as an English major. I was looking to be secondary ed, and I wasn't really sure, and I took an American history class that I just loved. Every history professor I've had is really excited when they're lecturing, which is not typically what you assume you're going to get in a history lecture. They're all just really passionate about what they do, and I got just as excited and wanted to be up there. So I got in contact with my professor, and I was like, I'd like to do what you do. How do I get there? Since then, I've been kind of on the path to grad school, and I've had probably 15 meetings with my professor. She shared everything that she's done, her statement of purpose, how to get in contact with other professors at grad school.
College only happens once. You need to know what you're getting into. That's why we made this video. We wanted to give you an idea of what you might choose to get into at Elmhurst College. We went around the campus with a camera for a full school year and asked people what they thought about the place. We didn't plant anybody and we didn't script anything. We just asked questions. We started at new student orientation.
I chose Elmhurst because the campus is really nice, first off. I like it a lot, and it's really close to Chicago. I like Chicago.
The reason why I chose to come here is the smart classes and the atmosphere. The people here are friendly, and I just love it.
Nicest campus I've seen anywhere. Like, I visited a lot of other schools, but, I mean, this one just had, like, all the trees. They had the atmosphere.
All the people I've met have been really, really friendly.
It's a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus. Lots of plants, lots of friendly people. And they're just so helpful. Like, everyone wants to help you out to get to where you need to be.
Come on in, everybody. It's good to have you here.
It's just going to be a fun year all together. Meet lots of people, hang out, go downtown a lot.
Now it's time to kick off the school year. That means going to class. You've been doing that for years already, but classes at Elmhurst are a little different.
If you've never experienced something, you can definitely get into it and experience it here at Elmhurst.
It's an open environment. Anywhere you go, you're going to get that opportunity just to better yourself. When you're in the large universities, you don't get that opportunity because you're just another student and they're just talking in front of you.
The class size is smaller, so you're not in a class of about like 600 people.
I know all of my professors by name, and what's better is they know me by name.
You can go to them and feel comfortable dropping them an email, stopping by their office during office hours and asking for help.
Every morning I wake up and I'm excited to see my students again. I love hearing them and their stories and getting to know them.
The opportunity to interact with faculty in a real meaningful way, whether it's in collaborative research, whether it's one-on-one, talking about aspects of the class in their offices, the availability, all those things are there.
Learning doesn't only take place in the classroom, but outside the classroom.
The lecturing style has sort of gone out of fashion. You do present some material, but you try for the students to discover the answers rather than providing them to the student.
It's a process, and we create that process every time, every class.
In business, they're not looking for people that have more accounting or more marketing. They're looking for people with what we consider the liberal learning skills.
you're going to be able to combine professional interests with a liberal arts education.
Elmhurst College is preparing me for my life experience later on after college, and it's a great environment to grow.
Elmhurst College gave me a chance to kind of sit back and evaluate the world at large, and then begin to say, okay, I could kind of see myself doing this.
Of course, all work and no play is no way to go through college. That's why we have special weekends like homecoming. Football is one of 18 varsity sports at Elmhurst. It's not the Big Ten. In a lot of ways, it's better.
But what separated Elmhurst College from every other institution that was looking to recruit me as a football player is Elmhurst College was more interested in me being a student athlete.
Knowing that I would be running cross country and track all 4 years, I think it's really helped me structure my educational career as well.
Being a student athlete takes up a lot of time, but it's a commitment that you really want to make.
What commitment do you want to make? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
There's over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus.
Elmhurst has something for everyone, there really is. I mean, whatever your interest is, it's here.
I've been involved in the music department, in the band, and now the orchestra. It's intramural sports, or art, or music, or drama.
They have the Greek system here, and I really wanted to get involved.
Joining a fraternity, playing on the men's soccer team for 4 years.
You have so many opportunities to get your hands on things. You know, I was involved in union board and volleyball.
There's just a huge array that you can choose from.
You can definitely make a difference, definitely.
You can also make a difference far beyond the campus. Our study abroad program gives you a chance to experience the world. Elmhurst students study in 44 countries.
The first January I was here, I studied in France, and the second January I studied in India.
Back home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of going to college in Elmhurst, Illinois, a special suburb of a great city.
Downtown Elmhurst is walking distance, and there's so many things going on. We have the movie theater, there's restaurants, there's shopping.
The train station's right within walking distance, and you can always go to downtown Chicago.
About half-hour metro ride away. And so a lot of my friends will go downtown every few weekends and see what's down there. There's a lot of class trips that go downtown.
I like to go into the city and enjoy spending time there. It's something totally new and different for me.
One reason you're going to college is to prepare for a life of professional achievement. We'll help you to get the hands-on experience you need to really know your stuff.
If you're looking for a job or you're looking for an internship, they have so many connections to help you.
They want to help you junior and senior year to be able to get those internships and get those job opportunities.
It gives you an automatic network of people.
I work for WGN. I am a sports news intern.
I'm currently interning at Victory Records, which is downtown Chicago.
I'm a sales planning intern with the Kellogg Company.
I'm interning at Paramount Public Relations.
I'm currently interning with the Chicago Bears.
There's a lot of teamwork involved in my internship, so you really learn how to work with other people.
It's very hands-on.
Just being able to work with their players, like the guys you see on TV on Sunday, and just kind of finding out that they're just regular guys like everyone else. It's really been cool.
You're in a small school, and then you have this opportunity in a big city, and I've met artists, been to concerts, and it's awesome.
Our job is to help students learn how to navigate and manage their own career when they graduate.
So that's Elmhurst College in about 7 minutes. We'll leave you with a few final thoughts from our students and faculty.
Those people who decide to come here simply say that there was a feeling about the campus. They said there's just something, they sense something more, like hey, I belong here.
Coming in here and making the connections with the people that I have, I know that even when I graduate, I'm still going to have these connections. I'm still going to have a home here even, 5, 10, 20 years down the road.
I'm sure there's other good schools out there too, but I think you'd have a hard time beating Elmhurst.
Your experience is going to really be what college ought to be.
An outstanding performance by the Elmhurst Blue Jays in the first half, have them up 35-7 as we head to the second half of action between the Blue Jays and the Millikin University Big Blue. Glad to have you alongside Luke Tanaka here from Langhorse Field as the Blue Jays here on this picture-perfect Saturday afternoon for football. Fired on all cylinders in the first half, accumulating 200 yards of total offense in the first quarter, and then cruising out to a 35-7 lead. Millikin did get a little bit of momentum there at the end of the half, getting a sack of Hernandez and then also a touchdown drive as well. Recapping the scoring, Kalen Miller caught a 47-yard pass from Orlando Hernandez. First drive for the Blue Jays, 6 plays, 66 yards in 3 minutes and 21 seconds to put Elmhurst up 7-0. After a 3-and-out, Orlando Hernandez capped off a 6-play, 42-yard drive with a 29-yard run into the end zone for a touchdown. And then it was another 29-yard run that put Elmhurst up 21-0 as Jimerson drops the catch, now tries to run it up to the far side, and he's able to get up to the 20, but there is a penalty flag here on the near side towards the numbers. And we'll have to deal with the penalty before we spot the ball. It originally a return of about 18 to the 20-yard line. But it will be holding. And it will be to the 10-yard line, and so that's where Millikin will start their first drive here in the second half at the 10. So that was the scoring in the first quarter. 3 touchdowns for the Blue Jays. Then a 5-play, 46-yard drive. It started in the first quarter, ended in the second quarter. 1-yard run for Hernandez into the end zone to make it 28-0. Blue Jays led 35-0 after a 3-minute, 5-play, 22-yard drive that was capped off yet again by a Hernandez 1-yard run. Then the longest drive of the game, as this one is an option, and Stepina opted to keep it, and he is drilled for a loss. Number 52, Mike Weaver in the backfield. Penetration from the near side right there. Nobody blocked Mike Weaver, and Stepina kept it, and Weaver could have had his choice of Jimerson or Stepina, depending on who had the football. Spotted back at the 5-yard line, loss of, we'll call it about 3, as this one is a run to the right side for Jimerson. Has a bit of a hole, still running, and then brought down by Eddie Byer. Good-looking run for Jimerson that time. Freshman, who is one of the leading rushers, 44.5 yards a game for Millikin this year. Eventually brought down by Byer. We'll set up third down. 3rd and 5. From the 13-yard line. To throw, Stepina, bottled up on one side, tries to reverse it to the other side. Brian Tucker's over there. He'll pump and run, and he's going to get plenty for the first down. Stepina stepping out about the 25, call it the 24 for Millikin, and setting up a first down for the Big Blue that tried to run it to the near side on the bootleg. The weak side was wide open, and Stepina able to run for the first down. As I mentioned, the only scoring drive for the Big Blue came late in the half. Ended up with about less than 2 minutes to go. A 2-yard run by Stepina, which was set up by a 50-yard run from the Millikin quarterback. Longest drive in terms of time of possession, longest drive in terms of plays, longest drive in terms of yards. That last drive of the half as Stepina smartly keeps, plunges ahead for 2 to the right, down to the 26. 8 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes, 47 seconds to make it 35-7, and that's where we sit now. Orlando Hernandez, 166 yards of total offense in the first half and 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 passing. 11 of 7 for 102 and a score. Stepina 6 for 15 with 2 picks. Jimerson again, right side, bottled up quickly, maybe a gain of 1 with forward progress. Leaders on defense, 5 tackles for Titoli, including a sack for Elmhurst. Eddie Byer was in on the stop there.
With the tackle for the Blue Jays.
Warson and Weatherall both with 4 tackles. Travis Govea 5 to lead the Big Blue. In first half action. Stepina, the leading rusher for Millikin, 53 yards and a touchdown. Here is the quarterback. Looking to the right, hit as he throws, incomplete near side.
Incomplete, intended for Perry.
Intended for Gerald Perry. And after that third down, the punting unit will come out for Millikin. One of the big plays. 3 interceptions thrown, 2 by Stepina, the quarterback, and 1 by Wyatt Fox, the punter, after he dropped the snap.
Field for Millikin. Fox to kick it away. Gains back deep for the Blue Jays.
Fox, just gets the punt away. Hausman was bearing down. This punt will take an Elmhurst bounce back over midfield and will end up at about the Millikin 48-yard line. Fox averages 37 yards per punt.
Porter was there to down it for Millikin. Blue Jays start 1st and 10 at the
As
Blue
Elmhurst will
48-yard
start
line.
1st and 10 at the Millikin 48. And yet again, good field position. That's another big, I'd say, stat in this game is the field position battle has been absolutely won by the Blue Jays. I say their average starting field position probably around their own 40-yard line. They've started, I think, 3 possessions in Millikin territory. They got some good play on special teams from Jawan Gaines, who has had a couple of good returns. One of them that was brought back by a penalty, but still he has shown to be an electric playmaker just like he was against Illinois Wesleyan, returning as that one's batted and intercepted. Pass batted at the line and then intercepted. What an athletic play by Kyle Ramos, the linebacker. That's a big play for the Millikin defense coming out of the half as Hernandez's throw was low, batted up into the air, and a diving catch made by Ramos. Hernandez can't believe it. Big Blue now with good starting field position for an offensive try. Here, batted right into the air by number 16 for the Big Blue. Quintaz Wright was the one who got the hand on the pass, batted it way up into the air. With 11:45 to go after Millikin stalls on offense, they have another chance here. 1st and 10 from the Elmhurst 37. Stepina, deep pistol. Fakes the handoff, rolls near side, looking to throw back the other way. Nobody's over there defensively for the Blue Jays. Blockers in front. Flag comes in late here on the near side. Big play. Far side complete. It was Kyle McMahon who made the catch. And there are 2 flags down on the near sideline, well away from the play. Out. It's going to be an illegal man downfield on Austin Brummett, the offensive lineman who apparently was downfield. That nullifies the big gain for Millikin and will push the Big Blue back further. It'll be 1st and 15 coming up. Tough call for the Big Blue there. The screen set up to the far side, well away from where the flag was called. Flag came in from the near side linesman. And so now it's 1st and 15. Faking the handoff again, rolling near side, looking straight down the middle of the field, has a man open into the end zone for a Millikin touchdown. Jordan Smith on the post pattern into the end zone for a touchdown. That was a really nice pass from Nico Stepina there. And makes it now a 3-touchdown game in favor of the Blue Jays. Volpert on to attempt the extra point, 21 of 25 on the season so far. Kick is high into the air, and it is good, and it's now 35-14. Big play after the penalty. There you see the ball dropped in beautifully by Nico Stepina. Could not have placed it much better as Jordan Smith got a step on his defender. 42 yards for the Millikin touchdown. 35-14. Two 4-4 teams, both teams 3-3 in the CCIW. Really a big game for both programs. Both teams trying to get themselves into the upper echelon of the conference. We know we've talked to Ron Plans about that for many weeks now. Trying to finish off those tough games. And Ron Plans said in the interview we had with him on Monday that the Blue Jays are trying to grow into the kind of program that's been there and done that before. And they think that their 13-10 loss to Illinois Wesleyan was a part of that process, and you learn lessons, how to finish, how to play in tight games, how to make big plays when they need to. And obviously this one, not a close game yet, but remember, we still have a lot of football to be played here today, as Volpert will set up to kick this one away. One of the things he said about Illinois Wesleyan was that they're the program that has been there and done that before, as Ryan Weir goes down on the onside kick attempt. Recovered at the Millikin 44. Excuse me, the Elmhurst 44, I should say. So that's where the Blue Jays will set up with good field position. Just trying to chip the kick to see if you can get a good bounce and have a chance at recovering it with the onside kick to keep the momentum. And now the Blue Jays offense, this is a big chance drive for Elmhurst, who is so dominant on offense in the first quarter. See if they can extend a long drive here, get some points out of this, try to keep their defense off the field. And had to play pretty much all 4 minutes here early. Averite comes on a blitz. Danny Burgo gets around it, but Averite is there to tackle
Burgo, the ball carrier.
Burgo after a gain of
Averite with the tackle.
about 4, and officials timeout. Somebody, a Blue Jay is hurt. Looks like one of the offensive linemen for Elmhurst. Trainer coming out. And Hutchins, trainer for the Blue Jay team, going out to check up on the injured lineman. Elmhurst will come off the field here as they attend to the injured player, and we'll take a quick break here as we attend to that injured player here on Blue Jay TV.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
Tough to see one of the seniors for the Blue Jays, Sam Rathman, being helped off the field, starting left guard, the 6'3", 317-pound senior from Hazlet, Michigan, heading towards the training table, being helped off by a trainer and one of his players. I wish the best for Sam, hope he is okay, but it does not look good as of right now. So now Orlando Hernandez on the option, tries to keep it himself, nowhere to go. Tackle for loss that time. Quintaz Wright was back, and Isaiah Tate as well in on the stop. So we will have a new offensive lineman in the game. Should be new player at the left guard position. We'll see who that is as soon as we can get it. New left guard for the Blue Jays, number 73, Pat Walsh, who actually was starting at left tackle, so might be a little bit of shuffling going on. False start on Billy Schaefer, the right guard that time, and the Blue Jays having some trouble here on offense here early in the third quarter, and that could be trouble with the way Millikin has been able to move the ball. They had a big play. They get a touchdown here early in the second half, and this game's certainly far from over despite being up 35-0 at one point. Elmhurst cannot slow down on the offensive side of the ball, because this Millikin team can score points in a hurry through the air. 4 total receivers, 3 to the near side. Stepping up into the pocket, Hernandez is sacked by Wright. Quintaz Wright comes in. Good coverage downfield. You can attribute that to a coverage sack. Good pressure as well by Millikin, which will set up 4th down for Elmhurst. And the new left guard into the game is Timothy O'Sullivan, the junior from Romeoville, Illinois.
Finucane to kick it away. Smith back deep for Millikin.
Tom Finucane set to kick it away as Millikin looks like they're going to bring pressure to this punt. Punt is away and plenty of time for Finucane, and it's caught by Smith. Trying to reverse field, instead keeps it on the sideline and gets up past the 30. And the Millikin offense will start from their own 30. Now the defense for Elmhurst got to come up with another big play. After 3 interceptions, a quick 3 and out, the Blue Jays going to try to continue that good play on defense, but the last 2 possessions, Millikin's been able to score. So
tackled by Eric Hart.
let's see if Elmhurst can step up here on the defensive side. It's been their better unit, at least more consistent unit, I would say, all season long. 9 seniors on this defense here on Senior Day looking to make a big play. 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, and a 35-14 Elmhurst lead. Feeling a little bit closer at this juncture, Eddie Byer in the backfield. Drops down McMahon, who took the handoff. Right in the middle at defensive line, you see Byer shed his block and then wham, right at the point of attack. Nice play by Eddie Byer to send McMahon back for a loss. 2nd and 11 coming up. Byer this time shifts to the far side, shifting with Cam Hall. Stepina handles the tough snap one-handed, looks back to throw, a little bit of pressure, but steps up into the pocket, has some room, and then gets driven to the turf by Perot Charles. Nice run for Stepina, who faked a throw when he was well beyond the line of scrimmage, but when you see that as a defender, your immediate reaction is to think that he actually can throw the football there. So regardless of how far you are down the field, it still can be helpful to try to juke out a defender. That time Charles not fooled. Set up 3rd and 1. Big 3rd down for both sides here. McMahon is the lone back along with Stepina. Stepina will run right. Stepina nowhere to go. He's brought down for a loss. Big play by the Blue Jay defense. As the defensive line stuffs him, looks like Cam Hall was there. Couple of Blue Jays in on the stop. Nice play by Cam Hall there in the middle of the defense, and Wyatt Fox is out to punt. At this point in the field, at this point in the game, trailing by 21. Barring a fake, Millikin opting to punt this football. Trust their defense, who has played very well here in the 2nd half. Fox, almost blocked. Almost got a hand in there, one of the Blue Jays, and then it ends up going out of bounds, away from Jawan Gaines. Brandon Dominski almost blocked that punt. He was in the area, reaching out with his left hand, just couldn't quite get it. And so the punt was delivered to the far side, away from the playmaker Jawan Gaines, which will set up the Blue Jays 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. 7 minutes to play. 35-14. Millikin has scored the last 14 points of the game. Elmhurst leading by 21. Elmhurst offense has gone stagnant their first 2 offensive drives here in the 2nd half. Hernandez with 2 receivers near side, 1 far side, takes the snap, hands off Brewer left side. Not a whole lot of running room. Stuffed by the defensive line of Millikin. Just outside the hash marks, driven down for no gain. Look like Quintaz Wright, Davian Jefferson gobbling up the middle. Zach Campbell, backup quarterback, checks in with Hernandez. So there are now 2 quarterbacks on the field. We've seen Campbell run some routes today as well as the Blue Jays set up 2nd and 10 from their own 29. Snap will come with about 6:10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Brewer to the left of Hernandez. 3 receivers near side. Working from left to right. Hernandez hands off Brewer with some space up towards the 40. Taken down, spotted at the 39. And some Millikin players are pointing. Looking for a flag, I suppose. A little bit extracurricular after the play, but referees keeping the flags in their pockets here. That'll set up a big 3rd down for the Elmhurst offense. Haven't converted a 1st down yet here in the 2nd half. Leading 35-14 with 5:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kalen Miller and Matt Brockman. Brockman, the tall target, split slot near side. Kalen Miller, one-on-one, the playmaking wide receiver, already 90 yards today. Hernandez looks to throw, pumps, throws over the middle, way too high for its intended target. Corey Partenheimer incomplete. And that'll send out the punting unit once again for the Blue Jays. Tried to hit Partenheimer at the 50-yard line far hash, couldn't do so. As you see the ball sail over Partenheimer, the intended target. And Tom Finucane is in to punt. So Elmhurst, who had 244 yards in the 1st half, has 3 total yards of offense in the first 10 minutes of the 2nd half. Millikin, on the other hand, has cut a 35-point deficit to a 21-point deficit. High snap for Finucane, who gets the left-footed punt away, spiraling to the near side, and oh, did he touch it? I don't know. Oh boy, that was a dangerous play there by the returner, Jordan Smith, who slid trying to make the catch on a punt that dive-bombed. Luckily for the Big Blue, it goes out of bounds, so it doesn't matter if he touched it or not. But there were 2 Blue Jays in the area ready to scoop that ball up and score. So the Blue Jay defense back out, needing another stop here. Still 35-14, Elmhurst on top. 5:05 to play 3rd quarter. Nico Stepina, the Millikin offense, set up with 3 receivers and 1 back. Stepina hands off left side. This is Jimerson as a flag flies in as he's knocked out of bounds to the near side. Holding on Millikin.
Hosman pushed Jimerson out of bounds on that.
Hosman was the one who pushed Jimerson out of bounds, and now let's get the call for holding. Looked like Sean Nicholson, the left tackle, who was charged for holding, number 79. Set up now 1st and 20 for the Big Blue from their own 14-yard line. Now make it the 13. With 5 minutes to play, clock now moving again. Stepina takes the snap, drops back to throw, has lots of options over the middle. Instead, decides to chuck it to the near side. Jimerson upended. Lost the football, but Hosman, but the referee rules him down. Hosman makes the tackle, and a nice chunk on 1st down for Millikin to bring them back up to the 25-yard line. Ball spotted near hash. 2nd down and about 8. Millikin working from right to left. 4 receivers, even on each side. Stepina looks to throw, looking right, over the middle. It's caught right in the middle of the field, in between the hash marks, now breaking outside to the numbers.
Perry with the catch.
Caught by Perry. Hosman makes the stop, but not before a Millikin 1st down to the 40.
1st down for Millikin.
Spotting the ball at the 40-yard line, Millikin's offense. Rolling a bit here in the 2nd half, trying to get themselves back in the game. Right now, 35-14 in favor of the Blue Jays. Stepina back to throw, screen pass, Jimerson wide open, catches near the numbers, tries to cut to the outside, but a really nice solo tackle just past the 45. Brian Tucker makes the stop. Spotted up at the 47-yard line. They'll set up 2nd and 3, and the Blue Jays have really been giving that screen pass here on this drive, and Millikin's just taking what the defense is giving them, and wonder if that'll force an adjustment from the Blue Jays here. Nobody really marking the running back Jimerson. Easy pitch and catch for a gain of 7. Stepina back to throw over the middle, caught by Perry, driven to the turf by Weatherall, but not before it's caught, and Perry is in a bit of pain as that was a huge hit from Sean Weatherall. The defense saying that the ball hit the ground. Can't really see from that angle, but Perry holding the ball high as if he made the catch, and it looked like he did bring it down. That's a tough play to hold on to that catch. Middle of the field, Sean Weatherall, the hard-hitting safety, comes in. Perry able to hold on to the football. 1st and 10 for Millikin at the Elmhurst 35. Rolling in this passing game for Nico Stepina. Making some changes at the line. Ball spot in the middle of the field with 2:45 to play 3rd quarter. Stepina pulls it out. Lots of good blue jerseys in the area. Solid defense by the Blue Jays as Stepina falls forward for a gain of 2.
Tucker there for the Blue Jays.
Defensive line Miles Carroll was there, and that forced Stepina to take it himself. No lane to the outside, so Stepina just tried to get as much as he could. He gains 2, and it's 2nd and 8 for the Big Blue from the Blue Jay 33-yard line. Ball again spotted in the middle of the field. As Stepina looks to throw, no pressure, steps up, far side, off the hands, and it's intercepted. Pass is intercepted on the far side. Sean Weatherall makes the play. Huge play by the Elmhurst defense. Millikin rolling. It's the 4th interception of the day by the Blue Jays. 3rd thrown by Nico Stepina, and another tip ball that ends up in the hands of a Blue Jay. Elmhurst sets up 1st and 10. Handoff Connor Brewer left side. Deep in their own territory. Brewer able to gain a couple of yards up past the 20. That drive started at the 15. And it's a gain of about 5, maybe a bit more even. If it's 7, Averright in on the stop to the 22-yard line of Millikin. Brewer runs right for 7. Excuse me, runs left for 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Blue Jays leading 35-14. Big interception stopped another potential scoring drive for the Big Blue as Brewer once again runs left. This time nowhere to go. Drop for a loss. Tackle made on the far side. Tate was in the area.
Loss of 4 yards on the play.
Big loss for the Blue Jays. Sets up 3rd and 7 now. And call it another big 3rd down for the Elmhurst offense. Of course, leading by 21, but still the defense has been on the field for much of this 3rd quarter. Want to be able to give them a bit of a breather after that big play interception. Hernandez back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Hernandez dancing around. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. A huge hit laid down on the sophomore quarterback. Hernandez gets up. No problem. I'll tell you what, they have been in the backfield. They've been rushing 4, have the Big Blue, and it has been. They have been putting some big pressure on Hernandez here in the 2nd half. And Elmhurst will set up to punt once again.
Finucane to punt it away for the Blue Jays. Smith back deep for Millikin.
Whistle stops play here. 42 seconds remaining for rounding up. Referees talking here, seeing what's going on.
Please, 5 seconds. Thank you.
They couldn't hear the first number of what they were trying to have us reset it to. I think it's 45 seconds. It looks like we were right, 45 seconds. And now we're going to stop it again. I wonder if they were thinking it was an incomplete pass, so the clock should have stopped. Maybe it's 55.
Please set the game clock to 45 seconds. Thank you.
Yep, the game clock is at 45 seconds, so we should be good to go here. Clock stopped at 45 seconds. Finucane set to punt. Pressure coming from the Big Blue, but the punt is away. Good, booming punt from Finucane. Fair catch was signaled by Smith. He didn't make it. Bolus downs the ball. That's a big punt for Finucane, flipping field position all the way back to the Millikin 36-yard line. Check out this punt. Just a beautiful high arcing kick. Smith, who almost muffed a punt the last time he was receiving one, opted for the better option of not even trying to catch that one. Finucane with a big punt to set up Millikin now 1st and 10 at their own 36 in what could have been a big field position gain for the Big Blue. "46-yard punt there for Finucane. Averaging just 38 yards per punt, so well over his average. Stepina, screen pass set up. Jimerson tried the stiff arm, couldn't make it effective as Tyler Hussman brings him down on the near side. Another screen pass, but this time the Elmhurst defense sniffs it out, and it's for no gain. Ball spotted once again at the 36. 2nd down and 10. Clock ticking. Could be the last play. Of the quarter. Stepina again looking to throw. Now rolls to the far side. Byer applying the pressure. Warson applying another set of pressures. This ball is sent out of bounds with 2.2 seconds to go. So we'll have a 3rd and 10 here as the last play of the 3rd quarter. Blue Jays on top 35-14. And now we have an official's timeout. Somebody is hurt on the far side. It might be Stepina. It's Nico Stepina who is on the ground. He got hit hard, I think, at the end of the play by Andy Warson, who is going to bring some pressure. We'll check out the play one more time. Here you see him rolling to the far side. Here comes Warson, and yeah, he got hit pretty good. I don't think it was late, though. It was close. I think Warson tried to peel off, but he was committed at that point, and Stepina is down on the ground far side. Both trainers out there checking in on him, checking out his legs. Looks like the Elmhurst training staff will go out there as well and check in on Stepina. Millikin players taking a knee down on the field, hoping that their quarterback will be able to stay in the game. If he cannot, their backup quarterback is number 1, Keegan Smith, the freshman from Oak Park. Millikin really getting all sorts of offensive momentum here in the second half. They have a 3rd and 10 coming up as Stepina is now on his feet and is going to be helped off the field, putting no weight on the right leg. That certainly is not a good sign. We wish the best for Nico Stepina, the 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Casey, who this season has been a very effective quarterback for the Big Blue. 4-4, 3-3 in the conference as a starter. 252 in terms of yards per game, completing 57% of his passes. This first half was probably his worst half of the season, but he came back and was able to record a 50-yard rush that helped him out, and they set up a 2-yard rush for him to get into the end zone. So now the new quarterback is Keegan Smith Smith looks to throw, far side, miscommunication with a receiver will end the quarter. 35-14, Elmhurst on top as we head to the end of the third quarter. It'll be 4th and 10 when we come back here on Blue Jay TV.
Originally, like, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? Like, what could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. Like, I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was like a minority program to get students, like, situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as like a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And like, they were ecstatic.
As we start the fourth quarter here at Langhorse Field, 35-14, Elmhurst on top, but the Big Blue with some momentum. They outgained the Blue Jays 123-7 in the third quarter, but a big interception stalled one of those drives, and Wyatt Fox punts one way out of bounds left side. Not a great punt. Let's see where they spot it. Referee running to the 45. They'll spot it at the 40. Looks like the 44-yard line. Fox has had pressure in his face all day. He muffed a snap earlier that led to an interception and a turnover. Remember, if you just joining us, Nico Stepina, the second to last play of the third quarter, had to be helped off the field, putting no pressure on his right leg, the starting quarterback for Millikin, which means the new quarterback for Millikin is Keegan Smith, the freshman from Oak Park, who has tried only 10 passes on the year coming into today. Hernandez fakes the handoff, has some trouble, and is sacked.
Hernandez brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 36 for the Big Blue, Kyle Rabos, was in on the stop. All over it. Protecting, as you saw, containing the quarterback Hernandez, making sure that he can't get to the outside the pocket, which is where he can do a lot of damage with his running ability. We've seen him throw some darts from the pocket as well. The Blue Jays just 7 total yards of offense in the third quarter, looking to get something going here as we start the fourth quarter. Blue Jays on 2nd and long. Hand off to Brewer, left side on a counter play. Quickly brought down. Gabe Siathone was the tackler.
Siathone with the tackle.
Get a couple back from the sack, but still now 3rd and 13 for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst has been in 3rd and long really his entire half. Going backwards here on this drive. 3 receivers split to the far side. Kalen Miller all alone matched up with Loper near side. Hernandez looks far side. Looking over the middle. Throws as a man. Oh, McKellar dropped it, and it's intercepted. Now that essentially is going to be a punt, although it'll go in the books as an interception, but long pass over the middle. Oh, Austin McKellar had a great chance at it. And Daniel Jackson, the safety, comes up with his first interception of the season. As McKellar on a diving play dropped it. Hernandez comes over to McKellar and gives him a high five, trying to say it's okay, but that is a tough attempt for McKellar, and then the ball just pops up off his hands right into the hands of Jackson, who makes a very nice play for the interception. And the Big Blue will set up shop from their own 20 as the Elmhurst offense continues to struggle. Now 4 total yards of offense for the Blue Jays here in the second half after gaining 200 in the first quarter alone. Keegan Smith, the new quarterback, drops back. Smith looking to the near side, and it is caught.
Smith
two receivers in the area. That was Perry on the catch, the sophomore from Tennessee. Barreau Charles makes the stop. Perry has been a popular target here lately for the Big Blue. Perry leading the team in receptions on the season, 43 catches, 579 yards, 5 touchdowns coming into today's game, 74 yards per game. Smith looking to throw again, throwing over the middle. Again, it's Perry who makes the catch at the 45. Right in the middle of the field, Charles and Warson there defensively. But again, it's Perry with another reception. Millikin continuing to hurry up as Perry now leads the team. 4 catches, 53 yards. Before that catch, and I'll add on some more, that is longest catch of the day. McMahon is the back. Quick snap to Smith, looking to throw, bouncing around, and hops it to McMahon on the far side, who had Charles coming, but if McMahon could have gotten around Charles, could have been a big gain for Millikin. That was a 19-yard catch for Perry, who now has 5 catches for 72 yards on the play before that incompletion you're looking at right now. As Smith is the new quarterback. Stepino went 12 of 24, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 140 yards, but left with what looked like a right leg injury. And so now it's Smith trying to lead his team back. The low snap, the ball is kicked by Smith, and he's brought down by Mike Weaver. Smith almost lost the football there. Very low snap right to his feet. And now it'll set up 3rd and long for Millikin. Elmhurst trying to get off the field once again, this time from the Millikin 44. 3rd and 12, Millikin opting for a short huddle. Under 12 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Elmhurst still leading by 21, but Millikin with some momentum here in the half. Smith back to throw, some pressure. Screen set up to McMahon, who tries to sidestep a tackle, hit hard. Warson with the initial stop, and then the big hit came from the near side. That was Joe Nixon with the big hit on McMahon, and we'll see if Millikin opts to go for it. No, looks like the punting unit coming out. Trailing by 21 with under 11 minutes and 30 seconds to play. It's Wyatt Fox. Blue Jays will certainly be looking for a fake here just in case. And the snap goes over his head. The snap goes over his head. Flag on the play. It's blocked by Nixon, picked up by another Blue Jay into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Dominski able to pick it up. It was Joe Nixon who blocked it. Dominski picks it up and takes it to the end zone. The flag is going to be holding on Millikin, I can almost assure you. Touchdown, Elmhurst. A huge play on special teams to give the Blue Jays a 27-point lead with the extra point coming up. And Fox has had a tough day punting. Dropped one snap. That snap just straight over his head. No chance for Fox. And here's Bailey for the extra point. Snap good, hold down, kick up, and good. The Blue Jays take a 42-14 lead. When the offense has struggled here in this half, it was the special teams that steps up with a block and help from a bad snap from Millikin. But still, the Blue Jays capitalize, and Elmhurst leads by 28 here in the 4th quarter. 10:54 to play. Check it out once again. Blocked by Nixon, picked up by Dominski into the end zone for an Elmhurst touchdown, and the fight song, which had a little break, plays once again here at Langhorse Field. So we've seen all 3 facets today for the Blue Jays: the offense, the defense, the special teams, all come together for Elmhurst, whether it's Jawan Gaines' returns on special teams, Orlando Hernandez being dynamic on offense, the defense having now 4 interceptions, special teams with a blocked punt, all facets coming together for the Blue Jays as they look to move to 5-4 and guarantee at least a 500 record this season, both in the conference and overall. Elmhurst trying to be that team, as I mentioned at the start of the half, that's been there, done that before.
Hartenheimer getting ready to kick it away for the Blue Jays.
Corey Partenheimer sends a line drive kick, bounces its way to Jimerson, who picks it up at the 10. Running to the far side and is brought down is Jimerson at about the 25-yard line. Many Blue Jays in the area. Andy Worson at the bottom of the pile. That's a huge score for Elmhurst. Having been dominated on offense, really, in terms of offensive numbers here in the third quarter and the entire second half, the Blue Jays get a big play on special teams, a special teams touchdown. 42-14, Elmhurst on top. When the momentum swayed by way of Millikin. Big play on special teams helps out Elmhurst. Big hit. Nixon in there. Perot Charles as well. And Nixon, who blocked that punt as a junior, could be a starter on this defense come next season. Of course, this is the last time we'll see Elmhurst at home this year. 9 seniors on the starting defense. Safeties, Tyler Schwartz and Sean Weatherall. Linebackers, Alec Titoli, Andy Worson, Brian Tucker. In the rover, Perot Charles. Defensive line, Miles Carroll, Eddie Byer, Mike Weaver. All playing their final games at Langhorse Field today, along with some more players who have contributed on defense as well. Screen pass to McMahon. There's a senior, Tucker, with a big hit. Brought down near the 25. Call it maybe no gain on 2nd and 9. Stays at the 26. Another third down for the Elmhurst defense on the field. Charlie Krieger, one of the cornerbacks, also a senior. See Mike Dicken, number 15, a senior as well. Nolan Copleen, a senior safety. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the Blue Jays on defense next year. Of course, there still is one more game after this one. Still 9.5 minutes to play in this one as well, leading by 28. As Smith looks to throw, pressure by Dicken, now pressure by Worson, and he just throws it into the Elmhurst bench as Worson came charging in. Smith throws it away, and it looks like Millikin will send out the punting unit once again. Seniors on the offensive side, Connor Brewer, who's been kind of a jack-of-all-trades kind of player for the Blue Jays this year. Zach Campbell and Logan Stells, really, all those senior quarterbacks. And Drew Domino as well, I believe, a senior quarterback for Elmhurst. Danny Burgo, the senior running back. Corey Partenheimer, a senior wide receiver and punter. Here's a nice punt by Fox, hanging up into the air. Gaines will have a chance to return it from the 28. Sidesteps one tackle. Now looks at the near side. He's got some blockers. Gaines trying to turn the corner. He does. A nice return by Jawan Gaines. Gaines, the freshman playmaker, 5'8", 150 from Villa Park. Look at this return. Breaks the initial tackle, finds the corner, and then hustles down the sideline for a big return. Jawan Gaines return against Illinois Wesleyan. Plans agreed it was in the making, but he gives a big credit to the 10 other guys who are blocking for him. And he is very excited about this guy, Jawan Gaines, only a freshman, really showing some big opportunities on special teams, taking the most of his opportunities to kick and punt return. And obviously a very good punt return right there, his longest of the year. New quarterback is Logan Stelsreedy. He falls forward. And we're going to have a flag here. I think it might be for a late hit on the quarterback. At the 28-yard lines where Elmhurst starts this drive, excuse me, the 33-yard line, I should say, is that hit right there at the end, I think is what they're going to call the flag on. You see it come in from the right side of your screen.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 38.
That one charged to Sayathone. .15 yards for the Blue Jays. We'll set him up inside the 20, back into the red zone for Elmhurst again. Millikin now actually outgaining the Blue Jays 280 to 249 after that play. Blue Jays 5 of 12 on third down as Stelsreedy throws far side incomplete.
Incomplete far side.
Intended for Zach Campbell. Millikin 4 of 12 on third down today. But remember, Elmhurst was 4 of their first 5 on third down. So they've struggled on third down ever since that dynamite first quarter in which they gained 200 of their total 248 yards. Campbell checks off, couple of new bodies in for the Blue Jays. Seven on the play clock. Handoff is to Connor Brewer, right side, taken down quickly. Initial hit laid on by Kyle Ramos. Michael Neal also in the area. Very quick to the point of attack, the Millikin defense. They've had quite a second half. I think that injury to Nico Stepina just really hurt Millikin on offense. They were driving very effectively. Of course, they had fourth down there after that, after he left, but still outgaining the Blue Jays 123 to 7 in the third quarter. But Elmhurst able to take over after that as Stelsreedy throws over the middle. Ooh, that was a clothesline. Talk about a penalty there. That's one if I ever did see one. That was a vicious takedown there from behind.
On the defense, number 1.
I'm going to call pass interference. That was Eric Hark who was the intended target. Let's look at it one more time. Ooh, that is a vicious play there. Loper was the one who charged with the foul. He didn't like the foul, but took him down, so it's hard to argue for him. Takes it down to the 4-yard line. First and goal for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst looking for their season high if they can get a touchdown. Run to the left. Danny Burgo on the carry. Everett with the stop.
Everett with the tackle. That was Burgo, the ball carrier for the Blue Jays.
Gain of 1 down to the 3-yard line. See if the Blue Jays try to get one of their seniors into the end zone here on senior day. And one of the things Ron Plans wrapped up the interview with on Monday, he just, play the way we're capable of playing. Well, I hope that we're ringing that bell at the end of the game on Saturday. Burgo, left side, had a hole, couldn't find it, and is driven down for no gain.
Boreski and Everett with the
Everett and Boreski make the stop. So now you're at 3rd down and 3. Burgo thought he could turn the corner there. It got bottled up quickly. Looks like they're actually going to spot it at the 4, so a loss of 1. Let's see if Elmhurst can get into the end zone here and post their season high in points. Currently sitting at 45 against Carroll here at home. Fade to the end zone. Partenheimer. Did he make the catch? Touchdown, Blue Jays. Corey Partenheimer, the senior, from Logan Stelsreedy, the senior. Great catch by Partenheimer. Really nice throw from the quarterback, Stelsreedy. Nice. Just check this out one more time. It's just beautifully dropped in. Partenheimer fighting with the defender. Makes the catch. Couple of seniors getting a touchdown here on senior day. Partenheimer, his 3rd touchdown of the season. Stelsreedy, his first action of the year, and his first touchdown thrown this year. Bailey kicks, and it's good. 6:35 to go, and Elmhurst has their season high in points. 49 points scored by the Blue Jays this year. Their previous high, 45, when they accumulated a season high, or excuse me, a school record. 607 total yards. This Today it's been more so getting good field position for your offense, making the big plays on defense to get those interceptions. For the Blue Jays now 4 interceptions on the day. You have the interceptions giving you good field position. You have the blocked punt for a touchdown, and then taking advantage in that first quarter of the great field position and piling on yards and points at that juncture. Checking in around the CCIW, some scores. A final: Wheaton 37, Augie 14. Andrew Bowers, 2 touchdowns, 237 yards. Sola Olateju, 15 for 60 on the ground and a score. Trey Hanley, 6 catches, 135 yards. He didn't get into the end zone. As Wheaton piles on to defeat Augie, as we check out that last replay one more time. Nice catch by Partenheimer. Elsewhere in Kenosha, North Central 34, Carthage 21. North Central with the ball, looking to run some clock. 4:36 to go in that one. Line drive kick bouncing towards Jimerson. He fields it at the 10. Jimerson running to the left now, straight up the middle. Tackled by Warson and one more player in the middle there. Looked like Eric Hark as well. And on the stop, one more score to check in on. Carroll and North Park. Carroll currently leading North Park 28-21 in the fourth quarter. They have the football deep in their own end. Not sure how much time left to go in that one, but fourth quarter, Carroll leading 28-21 as Smith lost the football. It's on the ground and is picked up by the Blue Jays. Blue Jays have the football. It's Joe Nixon who had the blocked punt. What a day for the junior from Grand Rapids. Came in with just 3 tackles on the year. Gets a blocked punt and a fumble recovery as Smith lost the football on the exchange. Elmhurst with the ball, 6:23 to go. And the Blue Jays looking like they are going to come out with a victory here on Senior Day. Millikin started off their season with a win at Greenville. Lost to Rose Holman at home. Defeated North Central, or excuse me, lost to North Central, I should say, on the road, 42-7. Beat North Park at home on their homecoming day by 6. Lost to Wheaton, and we have another new quarterback in the game. And the pass dropped on the far side. New QB Drew Domino, intended for Mimoser. Drew Domino, another senior, as the Blue Jays continue to shuffle in their senior quarterbacks who have had to play behind Orlando Hernandez this year. And, of course, that's always tough to have to play behind a sophomore as a senior, but getting a chance here as you check out that incompletion once again to Mimoser. Drew Domino, senior quarterback, getting into the game. We already saw Logan Stelsreedy throw a touchdown pass to another senior in Corey Partenheimer. This time it's Domino, the senior from Florida, who hands off right up the middle, churning for some more yards. Nice effort by the Blue Jay ball carrier.
Burgo, the ball carrier.
Danny Burgo chugs ahead.
First down for the Blue Jays.
First down for Elmhurst inside the 15-yard line. Ron Plan said of his seniors, it's going to be tough to watch them come out on a Langhorse for the first time. But he was hoping that they'd be able to ring the bell for the last time at Langhorst, and it sure seems like that. It's within the Blue Jays' grasp here with 5:45 to play. Domino fires over the middle, complete. A little bit away from his intended target. That was John Lesiak. Excuse me, another senior, a tight end from Marengo, Illinois.
That was Leshik with the catch.
So Leshik makes the catch from Domino. Domino once again sets up 2nd down and 2. Burgo, right side, bottled up quickly. Nice looking tackle there.
Burgo, the ball carrier.
That was Isaiah Tate, the linebacker, with the initial hit.
Ramos there for Millikin. 3rd down for the Blue Jays.
Under 5 minutes to play, Blue Jays 4:40 away from a victory, leading 49-14. Again, can't emphasize enough how this has been a win by all 3 facets of the Blue Jays team: offense, defense, and special teams. The offense has been a bit stagnant here in the second half, but that's where the defense and the special teams have stepped up to put this game out of reach. Domino looks to throw over the middle, caught into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Partenheimer again. Corey Partenheimer, his 2nd touchdown of the day, 4th of the season. Domino, a senior quarterback, throws to the senior Partenheimer. And the Blue Jays pile it on here at Elmhurst. Bailey on to attempt the extra point. 4:16 to go, 4th quarter. And the fumble by Millikin sets up this touchdown drive. Snap good, hold down. Bailey knocks it through.
And good. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left.
Blue Jays 56, Millikin 14. What a day for Elmhurst. Blue Jays have just eclipsed, as you check out that touchdown once again, a slant pattern to Partenheimer, and his teammates quick to celebrate with the senior. This is the most points the Blue Jays have scored since 2011. Seventh highest single game scoring total in Elmhurst history. And 2011 team scored 64 against Olivet. 65 is the school record. Fight song and victory. Blue Jay getting the workout today. Solid crowd on the near side on a picture-perfect day for football here at Elmhurst Field. Leaves starting to change, and really we've had an abnormally warm November. I don't think anybody in here is complaining. Partenheimer sends it away. It'll be Jimerson from the 8. Block, nice block behind the play, and he lost the football. And they're going to call him down as Warson looked like recovered the fumble on the far side. Jimerson called down just past the 30, and Jimerson is down on the ground right now. Let's see if we can see the ball come out. And, yeah, looked like the ground forced it out. His elbow was down. So I think that's a good call there by the officiating crew as they'll spot it at the 32-yard line. That's where Millikin will start this drive. Some of the seniors with just some really outstanding, I got to recognize them. Scholar Athlete of the Year, Andy Warson, this year came into the game with 81 total tackles. That leads the Blue Jay team. Really been part of the heart and soul of that defense this year. And there you see Warson recovering that would-be fumble. He plays on special teams as well. Scholar Athlete of the Year at Elmhurst last year, the male Scholar Athlete of the Year. And it's hard to do that as when you're a non-senior. And so big props to all of the seniors. I'm going to mention a couple here who have had some recognitions not only this year but also in years past. You also have him being an academic all-district pick this year, the CCIW Player of the Week on October 3rd. Andy Warson, senior middle linebacker for the Blue Jays, has had himself quite a season this year. Today, Warson leading the team with 8 tackles. Who else? Leading the team with 8 tackles, 2 solo so far today. There's also Sean Wetherill, the academic all-district pick, also part of the D3 football team of the week, as that was McMahon on the carry on second down. Make it third down, a gain of just about 1. Wetherill CCIW Player of the Week on September 6th. Also, as I mentioned, D3 Football Team of the Week that week. Academic All-District pick this season, just released a little while ago. 63 tackles coming into this game, 2 interceptions, 2 breakups. Wetherell, 15 total tackles today. He also has an interception as well on the day. Keegan Smith sets up in the pistol, 2:45 to play, hands off left side. It was Isaac Harabia. So Isaac Harabia on the carry.
Harabia, the ball carrier.
It'll set up 4th down, and Millikin just hanging out. I'm not sure if they're going to call a timeout here, but no huddle so far. And it looks like the head coach for Millikin, Dan Gritty, is going to park right by the official and just call a timeout with 1:58
Timeout taken by
to play. Millikin's first timeout of the half. And that'll give us a chance to look at some of the offensive stats for the Blue Jays. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Corey Partenheimer, one of the seniors for the Blue Jays. Orlando Hernandez, 7 of 15. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 102 total yards. Not quite the day he was hoping for after that dynamic first quarter, but he did also have 4 rushing touchdowns, so 5 total touchdowns and 2 interceptions. 13 carries, 54 yards. As Wyatt Fox will come out in the Millikin punting unit. Other seniors, of course, to recognize: Perode Charles, starting on that defense, 55 tackles this year. Brian Tucker, 41 tackles as a linebacker. And now Elmhurst will call timeout, their first of the half. Alec DeToli, 43 tackles this year as a senior. Tyler Schwartz, 34 tackles and an interception. DeToli also has a fumble recovery. Tucker also has an interception, and Perode Charles also with a fumble recovery. Lots of course, plenty of seniors to be honored today on Senior Day. 31 of them, 30 players, and also the video guy for Elmhurst. There's Fox laying into a punt, far sideline, out of bounds. High arcing punt from Fox, who has had his troubles back there today. And it'll be at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Elmhurst.
35-yard line.
On Senior Day, these are the seniors that were honored. Videographer Dustin Bolno, Noah Bednarik, Eddie Beyer, Connor Brewer, Daniel Burgo, Zach Campbell, Miles Carroll, Perode Charles, Kyle Dalton, Alec DeToli, Drew Domino, Tom Finucane, Cam Hall, Charlie Krieger, Nolan Copleen, John Lezak, Anthony Mosier, Jonathan Nyblack. Run to the far side by Burgo as Zach Campbell is the new quarterback. Now all 3 senior quarterbacks have found their way into today's game. Corey Partenheimer, continuing with that list of seniors: Sam Rathman, Stephen Richardson, Billy Schaefer, Tyler Schwartz, Jackson Smith, Logan Stalesreedy, Brian Tucker, Cal Vrochta,
Blumenshine with the tackle.
Andy
for
Warson,
Millikin.
Mike Weaver, Ryan Weir, and Sean Weatherall, all honored in a pregame ceremony, and they are going to ring the bell for the final time as a team here at Langhorse Field. Blue Jays on the road at North Central next weekend. North Central will be looking for the outright CCIW title in that game as Campbell takes it up the middle, past the 40, and right about to the 40-yard line.
Ramos with the tackle.
Ramos makes the stop as Campbell rushes.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Call it a gain of 4. Ticking down the final 50 or so seconds of this one. Blue Jays can take a knee here if they are so inclined. Blue Jays trying to get every senior into the game today. Substituting one last player onto the field and hurrying up. And it's going to be
Blue Jays take a knee.
victory formation. Elmhurst takes a knee, and the Blue Jays come out on top on Senior Day. An absolutely dynamic performance by the offense in the first quarter. After the offense struggled a bit the rest of the way, it was the defense and the special teams that stepped up to give Elmhurst the 7th highest point total in school history, 56 points, as they win 56-14. And these seniors will ring the bell for one last time here at Langhorse Field. Take a look at some of the team overall stats. We had 18 first downs for the Blue Jays to 11 for the Millikin Big Blue. 162 rushing yards to 121. Elmhurst led that category. 166 for Millikin in passing yards, over 123 for the Blue Jays.
Or indoors for basketball.
Millikin just edges out the Blue Jays, 287 total yards, 285. 4 interceptions for Elmhurst, 2 for the Big Blue. 1 fumble lost for Millikin, recovered by the Blue Jays there late in the fourth quarter. 9 penalties, 84 yards for Millikin today. 5 penalties, 50 yards for the Blue Jays. As the Blue Jays averaged 40 yards per punt today and held the ball for over 30 minutes. They have won the time of possession just about every game this season. 7 of 14 on third down and 1 of 1 on fourth down for Elmhurst, as the Elmhurst defense held Millikin to 4 of 13 on third down and 0 of 1 on fourth down, which really was the botched punt attempt. So the Blue Jays come out on top 56-14. Some of the leaders offensively, we already said Andy Warson, the leader in tackles for the Blue Jays with 8. Connor Brewer, 60 total yards, 3.8 yards per carry, as Elmhurst, the Blue Jays and the seniors sing this song for the last time here at Langhorse Field. Let's listen into that real quick. (56-14), the final. Other leaders, Hernandez had 102 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 touchdown through the air, 4 touchdowns on his 54 yards on the ground. And the Blue Jays also had Kalen Miller go 5 catches, 90 yards, and a score, as Elmhurst will ring the victory bell for one last time, these seniors here at Langhorse Field. On the Millikin side of things, Perry had 5 catches for 72 yards. Smith caught the only touchdown, his only catch, for 42 yards. Nico Stepina led the team in rushing yards and passing yards, had to leave the game with an injury. We hope, of course, that he is okay. 12 for 24, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions via the air. 11 carries, 74 yards, and 1 touchdown on the ground as the main leaders for the Blue Jays. Defensively, Averite led the team with 8 tackles, including a tackle for loss. On the other side, it was the Blue Jays' Andy Warson with 8 tackles. As there go the Blue Jays to ring the victory bell. Seniors leading the way one final time here at Langhorse Field. Those seniors go out winners here at home. Next week, it'll be a matchup with North Central on the road. Be sure to check out elmhurstbluejays.com for info to watch that game and follow the live stats that North Central will be providing. Blue Jays improved to 5-4, 4-3 in the conference. Millikin falls to 4-5 and 3-4 in the conference. Thank you to Dennis for the great job producing this broadcast. Kevin today for providing the stats. I'm Luke Tanaka saying so long from Langhorse Field for one final time here in the Elmhurst football season. The Blue Jays come out winners, 56-14.